Hey everyone, hope everyone had a good New Year. I don't know. I'm not expecting many people to be online today because it's just after New Year. But I decided to go on and do a quick hangout to see if anyone wants to come in and join. Um, Again, if you're out there, if you want to come listen or come join in the hangout, the link is actually going to be in the chat. So if you want to come in and join the conversation, you're more than welcome. So let me get the link here and share it out. Hey, come in, join the hangout if you want. Just let me send out. I'll post the invite. Just let me copy to clipboard. Invites there in chat. If you want to come in and join the conversation, click on that link. Make sure you mute your Facebook or your YouTube before you come in and join. But that link, you can click on that link and you come in and join the conversation if you wish to. Just an impromptu hangout. I normally schedule them, and I will schedule one for later on in the week. But I decided just to do one today. Find out how everyone's holidays went and so on. So the hangouts are informal. We just hang out, talk about what we were doing, talking about 3D printing and CNC and laser engraving and cutting and so on that we all do. General products that we're working on. Hey Kieran, how are you? Happy New Year. Do you want to come in and join the conversation? The link is there if you want. You just click on that link, mute your YouTube, or if you're on YouTube or Facebook, click on the link and it'll bring you in here and I'll add you into the conversation. Maybe? Okay. So it's what I've been working on is my project. Oh, Kieran's got no camera or mic. Okay. Well, if you want to, that's a pity. But the project I've been working on is my my K40 laser cutter, my CO2 laser. I've gotten it set up. Today my project. Well, I got it set up yesterday. Today I was working on getting it linked up to a Raspberry Pi because I don't like the idea of having a computer permanently attached to it. Computers fall asleep, which stops jobs working and so on. So I decided to set up a Raspberry Pi to run it instead, and I have that working. And I also got a Pi camera working. I have to decide where I'm going to mount the camera yet, but I also have a Pi camera working now as well, so I can watch the laser engraver as it's working while I'm in a different room from any computer. It's kind of fun. Cooling of well, for cooling for my laser, a lot of people use the 5 gallon bins that you get in like Home Depot and so on. But I decided I wanted to go a little bit larger. So what I did was I got myself a 20-gallon trash bin, and in that I used and that's what I'm using to store the water. So I can actually have a higher volume of water that can be cycled through, so it'll overheat less. There's less chance of it getting too hot. Even though there's monitoring on it and everything on the for temperature of the water, I'd rather go with a larger water reservoir for cooling, and it works great. I didn't use it too much, but it works fine for what I need, and it's doing okay. I haven't done any really big testing with the laser yet, but it does fire, it does work, it does move, and I can control it all from the Raspberry Pi, which is exactly what I need. I'm a big proponent of using Raspberry Pis. I use them for a lot of things. I use them for astronomy. The one I have here, this is the Raspberry Pi. It's a new Pi 4, the 8 gig version. Hey guys, if you're out there and want to come in and join the conversation, the link is in the chat. If you do not see it in chat, hey Daniel, how are you? The link is there. If you want to click on the link, come in and join the conversation, you can. That goes for anybody that's in chat, that's out there watching right now. If you don't see the link, let me know and I can repost it. But as I said, I I'm a big proponent of the Raspberry Pi. I use them for a lot of things. This one I use to manage and run my telescope. It does everything from taking photographs, guiding the telescope, the whole lot, all through the eight. This is the 8 gig version of the Raspberry Pi. Let's see. 20 gallon, no need to add additional radiator. Well, there isn't need to add additional radiator or for fans for cooling, but what I will do, okay, I will not post that comment. um, Daniel, okay, I will post it. Daniel said he's in the shower. I'm wondering how he's watching YouTube while he's in the or on Facebook while he's in the shower. Kind of interesting, but okay, we can ask him if he comes on later on. How about running my CR6 without issues? Oh, that's different laser though. That's a Oh, you're talking about Raspberry Pi. Okay, you're talking for the Octopi. Yes. Yeah, the Octopi is great for running your 3D printers. I have a few of them running using it, but as I said, I use this one for my telescope, and I have one. I have one now running K40 Whisper installed on the Pi, and I also installed a web-based Pi camera. So I can actually go to the URL and actually watch the what's going on inside my laser engraver. Now, and that's using the stock K40 board, because the K40 board stock does not have the ability to run a camera. Like the Glowforge and so on, they all use an embedded camera for aligning your images, and that's basically what they're using is an expensive main board. The board that came in the K40 does not have an expensive main board. So, but the way I have it set up now, this works perfect for me. It's in a different room to me, so I can actually watch it on my screen while it's running. It's not running at the moment, but I can actually watch it while it's running. So I probably will add further lighting. So anyone who's out there who wants to come in and join the conversation, the link is in chat. Yeah, an Arduino is cool as well, but an Arduino is more of a logic board for circuits, for opening and closing circuits and turning stuff on and off. It doesn't have an actual operating system, so you cannot run applications, real applications on an Arduino. The Arduino is good for open a door, open. Let's see what else there. Yeah, you can boot from the SSD or USB now on the Pi. Yes, you can. Happy New Year, Amanda. So the link is in chat if anyone wants to come in and join. We have 6 people on right now watching. But yeah, so with the Arduino, you can open doors, you can open circuits, you can open your garage door and lock and unlock doors and all this kind of stuff, or turn on the power to something, and turn it off again. But you cannot run an application on it. There's no OS on the Arduino, so you can't run an application on it. Now, an Arduino and a Pi side by side are really good. Which, the Arduino, Dominic, or the Pi for music production? And I'd like to know more. You should come in and join the conversation. Tell me a little bit about how you use it, because I'd like to know how you do that. So the link is there, remember. But I use so it runs everything for me right now. The way I have it set up right now, it runs really well. I have no problems with it. It's connecting. It's managing I can run K40 Whisper, which is the software to drive the CO2 laser. Now I use more Raspberry Pis than anything else. But Dominic, if you want to come in and join, I'd like to know how you use it for music production. The Arduino, I am assuming, because you were mentioning the Arduino. That would be an interesting idea. Nobody want to come chat? Other than Daniel, who's in the shower. Too much info, Daniel. But no? Everyone's still hungover and suffering from the New Year's festivities. But Dominic says he used the Adreno. You can create step sequencers with them. Okay. Yeah, I can see that working. It's a cool idea. I've never tried it with. I'm not into music. Is not my thing. So that's a cool idea. I don't understand what you mean. So okay, I think I'm getting a bit lost because the chat doesn't make sense to me. Um, so if anyone wants to join the conversation, click on the link. Oh, you saw in the news, Kieran, you saw the New Year in quietly. Okay. Yeah, we had guests over on New Year's. Family members come over on New Year's Eve. Um, but other than that, that was it. Uh, Everything else has been quiet all year since March, which is the first lockdown started. So it's been quiet pretty much for a whole year. The haunt industry. Okay. So we have what's this? Lead synthesizer. You have to explain what that is, Dominic. I'm not bringing it up online, so you can explain what you just posted. No. Okay. So as I said, I'm being busy with my K40. I'm eagerly awaiting the arrival of my JG Maker Artist D. There's one coming. It's in U.S. Customs right now, so hopefully that will clear customs um, after the holidays are over. Hopefully it gets through pretty fast. I know the postal service is backlogged, but I do not know what shipping service they're going to use to deliver to the door. And um, I also have the X40 coming as well, which is another IDEX printer, which will probably be sometime in February or mid to late February by the time that arrives. So when that does come out, I will do a head-to-head with the Artist D and the WeDo X40. That'll be an interesting one to try out to give them head-to-head because they're both IDEX. 7 modules using Arduino to create sensing sequencers using 3D printed wiring templates. Interesting. You should actually show samples of that. I'd like to see how that's set up. But so I do have that coming in later on in the year. TH3D and filament shipment. What are you waiting on, Daniel, from TH3D? They're normally pretty fast. I know they've been shut down for a few days over the holidays, but and Tim is because they're here in the States, they're normally pretty fast. But if it's going through the post office, um, that's real. They're really backlogged. I mean, crazily backlogged at the moment. Um, Before Christmas, they were saying like if you ship something 2 weeks before Christmas, they couldn't guarantee it would arrive. A PSU to 5 volts. Or your step down converter for 5 volts. Hmm. Interesting. What are you trying to run off the? Oh, you're going to try and run a Pi off that, are you, Daniel? After on your computer, you're going to step down your 12 down to a 5 volt, and then run your Pi off the 5 volt feed. Ah, okay, yeah, I thought so. Yeah, the 5 volt. It's only 5 volts, but it's only 2 amps. 2.2 amps is all the Pi requires. So the power drain is minimal. Any power supply will run it. For my K4 for my laser, I'm not running. It was only $10. Yeah, it's a small little transition board. Yeah. I'm not running the Pi off the power supply. Who else is there? Auto drop. Hey man, how are you? Oh, you saw the. Did anybody else see that? The one I did with 3D printing professor with Joe. It was the longer LK1 review. If you haven't seen it, go check it. Go check 3D printing professor's YouTube. He posted up a few days ago, just before Christmas, and it was Joe's really busy with reviews, and he asked me to help him out, so he sent me on a machine to do a review for him, and he did send it out, and I did the unboxing, but I didn't do it live because I was doing it for him, but I did record it, and I published the unboxing, and the same day he published his review, and in the review we actually did an interview style conversation where we had he asked me some questions about a printer, and I responded. Speaking of the longer LK1, you should go look at a review. Joe's got a great channel, and I didn't realize how dry I was on camera, and I don't think I am here, but for some reason I came across really dry on camera, and it's kind of weird because I'm not really like that. It's kind of funny, but the LK1 is okay. There's a few. I'm going to heavily mod it because there's a few things I'm not happy with it. So you run your Pi 3B and 3B Plus from the printer power supplies. It will work with a Pi 4. It will, as long as you have a 2.2 amps. It will work. Need some gravy, yes. But come in and join the conversation, guys. The link is in chat. If you don't see it there and you want to come in, tell me and I'll repost the link again. Tell you what, I'll just post it anyway. There's a StreamYard link out there, so click on the link. Before you join, make sure you mute your Facebook or your YouTube before you click on the link, because otherwise we'll have a lot of feedback. Well, who's there? Oh, there we are.
Hey!
I see you.
How you doing?
Good, man. How are you? Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you as well.
I love your background sign.
Oh, the man cave and the Happy New Year sign, yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. I'm just actually setting up a whole new sort of studio setup and things for my live streams in the new year, and I just got a third monitor that I'm looking at right up above here. So.
Oh, hey Mike, how are you?
Hey Mike.
Oh, just having tons of fun, and you guys?
Good. Oh, by the way, did that
Hey, Kieran.
3D printed box ring work?
It did work. Yes. Yeah, it was. It's funny because she opened it up and said, "Oh, 3D printed ring." She said, "That's really nice." And I found out later in the back of her head, she was saying, "Man, this is cheesy."
But it was the effect, right?
and then when the real ring came out, there was tears because it was totally unexpected. So
that's good.
Yeah, it worked out perfect.
Excellent. Yeah, that's what we're just talking about, Dan.
Yeah. No, it worked out great. Yeah, no, it's good. She loved it, and she kept the 3D printed one too. So,
for the other hand,
yeah. Man, it feels weird. I've got a new monitor right up above my camera, and that's so I can monitor chat when I'm doing a live stream. Because then I got
great.
my big one right here, and it was a challenge to get a second monitor hooked into my laptop. I had to buy $100. It's a USB adapter that has an HDMI port on it. So,
Oh, you should have just gotten a Chromecast and then cast the little chat window.
really, oh, I never heard of that, but this works. Now I just got to do some wire management, and I'm thinking, I don't know if I think that monitor's pretty good there, because while I'm working on here, I can look up there, and then over here, because I have a lot going on, a lot planned for the new year for my streams. So I was thinking, how am I going to watch the chat myself and software I'm showing at the same time? And I thought, well, I got to get a third monitor. So
Yeah, I needed to line up more. People are not being very responsive over the holidays, and I'm trying to line up some chats with people.
right,
And it's kind of difficult because around the holidays, because everyone's busy getting stuff out the door because of the Christmas and the gifts and stuff.
yeah,
And then once they have it all out the door, it's the struggle is, okay, now that you're back, now can we start talking? And then they're so slow to get back into it.
yes,
I'm
yeah,
surprised that's hard. Because,
Sorry?
I mean, with COVID year, nobody should be traveling or doing anything
Yeah,
weird.
but they're still busy. They're still really, really busy.
well, nobody should be, but they are.
Yeah. But it is what it is. I'll get I think I need to confirm, but I think I might have someone from either this week or next week. I will have I'll have someone from GTech. I'm trying to get, and I have Tour haven't responded back to me yet, even though I've been working with lining them up for a while, but they keep pushing it out. And it's going to be one of the guys from Europe, so I'll have to do an early event because the guy is actually in Portugal.
Oh, okay.
And then anyone want free advertising?
Yes.
Everybody would like free advertising.
Who doesn't like free advertising?
Wait, guys, I'm at 188 followers on YouTube.
Good.
Right? Subscribers, which is good. And that's only if you need a short amount of time. So share it out with your friends. I'd like to try to push it over the 200 mark.
Okay,
I'm getting there. But and it's not about numbers. For me, I don't care about the numbers, but it's just nice to see that just doing this type of stuff is actually making it go places, you know. So the content must be interesting to somebody. Someone out there actually likes me.
Yeah, I think people are looking for some fresh content. So, yeah, I'm going to be working. Yeah, I'm working shortly on contacting some vendors about. I want to do a 500 subscriber giveaway, so I'm hoping I can do that by June. I'm not going to be too optimistic, but I'm at 336 now. So,
let me know when you're going to do a giveaway like that. I like to try to get in there and at least do some yellow filament.
yeah, for sure, I will. Yeah. I'm going to do a few things on my own, and then I'm going to reach out to a few people, and you just never know, right? So, but I've got some.
Touch base with all the vendors out there.
Yeah.
People. He says he likes the way we go from printing to astrophysics.
Astrophysics.
yeah. Well, okay. Well, we can. I've done that too many times. Sorry, I'm a geek. I can't help it.
I can't talk much on astrophysics.
Well,
we have Expert on right now.
I know enough to get myself in trouble, and I'm always in trouble.
Life would be boring if you weren't in trouble once in a while.
I agree. I agree. So, but so it's. Are you working right now? Are you?
Me? I'm in my basement at home. This is my home studio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just working on setting up. I got wire management to do, but I saw you on there, and I thought I'd take a break and hop on. So
cool.
Yeah, I got to.
Mike's always working. Mike never stops working.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, I am definitely working on something right now. I don't know whether you can see this, but this is a wire,
Hey, non-fam.
and I am trying to put it through a very tiny little tube.
So you're trying to thread a needle, basically, is what you're trying to do.
Yeah, but the tube is hollow. It doesn't have like a little hole through the side of it. Otherwise, it'd be easy.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike, Dan is asking how's the roller, Mike? I'm assuming he means the belt printer.
Oh, it's been running pretty well. I've been enjoying that machine. The iFactory is a solid machine. I've really liked it so far.
Yeah, I saw that, Dominic, about doing 3D printed rockets. But they do something unusual. They do 3D printed rockets, and he does it with ABS, and apparently even the engine will not melt the ABS, which I find interesting because it burns really hot. Normal people would actually use the center core made out of cardboard, because the center core gets so hot and the cardboard is heat resistant, right? That's what we normally use for those small rockets. But they've actually done one that's all ABS. Now, I don't print ABS. I refuse to because it's nasty stuff to deal with.
Oh, because it warps? Because it warps so much?
No, because the fumes off it are poisonous.
Fumes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, they're carcinogenic, so I won't print that. I print in my home. There's no way I'm printing that stuff. If I had a separate building for that kind of thing, maybe, but I wouldn't do it otherwise. Same for ASA. I don't go near ASA, and I don't go to carbon fiber for those reasons, because they're not the carbon fiber mixed filaments. It's just not. They're not good for you. But so
why would carbon fiber be an issue?
Sorry?
Why would carbon fiber be an issue?
Carbon, because some of the additives they use in the material is carcinogenic also.
Oh, okay. So it's not just straight up carbon fiber; it's other stuff.
Well, you don't get straight up carbon fiber. You can't.
Well, same with like PLA or something.
Yeah, there's two types of carbon fiber filament you get out there. You can get the shredded carbon fiber, which really doesn't add strength. In all fairness, it's because it's basically using small pieces of carbon fiber mixed with PLA, right? That's what it is. What it is, right? There's also there's some guys out there who are doing continuous carbon fiber, but what they're using a material called onyx, and they print with onyx, and then after doing a layer of onyx, they pass back over it again with actually carbon fiber strand, and push the carbon fiber strand into the material with the nozzle. And that does give us strength, because you are getting continuous carbon fiber, because carbon fiber only gets its strength when you have continuous chains. When the chain is not continuous, it's no longer strong.
Yeah, there's definitely some interesting tech that goes into continuous carbon fiber printing.
What's the name of the guys that do it? They're called it's not MakerBot. What's their names?
I'm trying to remember offhand, because I've seen a couple of those machines, and I've held the parts that they make, and they are phenomenal.
Oh yeah, they are, but they're actually getting a strand of carbon fiber, and they're actually the nozzle is actually pushing it down and melting it into the part after it lays the first layer of onyx, because that's what they use as a base.
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember her name. 1 second, let me find her name. Onyx filament is made by Mark Forge. That's it, Mark Forge.
Yeah, shoot, my battery is dying here. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to hop off.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Take care, Mike. Yeah, Mark Forge do the continuous carbon fiber.
Oh, okay.
Hey, how are you, man? Gonna come in and join? If you do, the link's in chat. If you don't find it, let me know. I'll repost it for you. But yeah, actually, Michigan, they have actually here in Michigan, they got there's a group here in Michigan that got a grant to ramp up on making PPE for the
Okay.
state. And what they're doing with it is they're turning around and they're taking that money and they're asking small businesses to um, apply for the grant. They'll get them, and as part of the grant, what they're doing is they're giving them a Mark Forge printer
Oh wow.
with carbon fiber and everything is part of it, continuous carbon fiber, and all they ask of you is that if they make a request from you, you make for them, you build it because they get priority over everyone else.
Oh wow.
And each year you have to buy the maintenance on it after the first year, which is $1,700
Per year. Okay.
per year. And you only have to do that for 2 years because the first year is covered in warranty, second and third year you pay for, and after that, the printer is yours.
Oh wow.
Now, if you leave before those 2 years, the first 3 years are up, you return the machine. But if you do it after 3 years, it's your computer, it's your printer.
Well, that's interesting. That's probably U.S. only, though, I would imagine.
It is US only, yeah. But here I'm in Michigan, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's here in Michigan they're doing that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting that they're doing that. Let's see. Oh, Winnow. Did I see right? He's in bed. I've never seen him in bed before. He's always up at all hours of the night, even though he's in Denmark.
But he's still not sleeping.
He's still not sleeping. So only have to sell 5 parts a year. I don't know. Are you referring to the thing here in Michigan? I don't know what you mean, Daniel. If it is, it's not. No, if they could turn around to you, the state could turn around and say, "I need 500 of these devices. Here's the STL file, and you have to print them, and they'll pay you for them, right?
Yeah.
They will pay you for them. Hey, old curmudgeon, how are you?
Hey, Shane.
You're screaming, Shane. Yes, it is. It's the first of all the guys that we normally hang out with. This is the first hangout of the year.
Yeah.
Nobody else has done a hangout yet, so. Kieran, that's a question you can ask him. Silent board. That's great. Yes, hey, Offexes. Yeah, the silent boards are really good. Everyone's saying hi to everybody. Yes, on Mark Forge. Well, no, it's not 5 a year. They could ask you for 500 or in one go. What else is going on here? Did I miss one? I did. I need to get a decent camera so I can stream from my PC. Oh, well, when you do, come join our streams. This is Form Factory. Yeah. Or so I kind of did while he was working his printer. What else is going on here? We just had a hangout. Yeah, this. Oh, who did? Oh, you did? I didn't know about your hangout. Hey, Chris, how are you? If you want if those who are on, if you want to come in and join the conversation, the link is in chat. If you don't see it, let me know and I'll paste it. So, what have you got planned for the beginning of the year? You said you have a couple of big projects coming up.
Yeah, I got a few things I'm doing. Hold on one second.
Sure.
No, I got a couple projects. I've got a few things I want to. There's a laser I want to build. I'm going to be doing some Fusion 360 streams. Got a couple printers coming in, hopefully sooner than later. So, yeah, I'm working on the a lot with OBS and Xstream. I've been doing a lot of self-teaching of that stuff over the holidays. So,
cool. Yeah, my thing would be to get my to get really into doing my K40.
Yeah. So, somebody's going to come and say hi.
Where am I looking?
You're
Oh,
looking right there. This is Maria.
hi.
First time seen on camera. Wow.
Yeah. Looking like this. Oh, well.
Well, my wife's name is Maria also.
Ah,
Oh, look at
it's a
that.
good name. So nice setup, huh?
Okay, so that's the new one.
Yeah, and I can actually read the comments that
So
are
what you
on
doing
there
with
from
this
here.
one because it's on a delay.
Well, this is the actual
Right,
live
look at my
stream
hair.
that I'm on here. So there's like a 5-second delay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's actually
Everybody's saying hi to you.
I think it's
Really?
30 seconds.
Right here, look. Hello, Maria. That's
Oh,
Dan saying
hello.
hi, and old curmudgeon said "aw." Kirian said hi. So yeah.
Oh, hi everybody.
Dan.
See, everybody thought you were a fictional character at one point.
Yeah, we didn't believe you existed.
Hi everybody. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's so cool.
Yeah. So, wow, you got 13 watching now. That's good.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going away.
Good number.
Okay.
Goodbye.
See you later.
Well,
I'm gonna go.
bring Shane into conversation.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, Shane. Shane is stapling stuff
Hello.
to his table.
Hi. How goes it?
Good, and you? So,
It's a DDR pad.
okay, nice.
Oh, hold on a second.
I'm trying to get through all of these.
I got to refresh here.
Zolan said
I'm not
that you
hearing
paid her.
anything
She's
in
an actor.
StreamYards.
Oh,
Here you go, honey. Thank you for pretending to be my wife.
Stop it. 11 a.m.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That made me laugh. Thank
hey,
you.
Zolan.
There we go.
That's
Same
fun.
time next week. Anyways, couldn't resist.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. Yeah, I agree. Everyone should hit the like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed, but
Boy,
at
I
least
guess
hit the like button if you are. All those likes, those thumbs up and those likes is what actually makes the ratings in YouTube and Facebook. So
how come you got a thumbs down? Who did a thumbs down?
There's
Someone
always
thumbs
one.
down?
There's always
There's
one.
always
Don't
one.
worry about it. Interaction's interaction. Doesn't matter if it's good or bad.
Hey, it wasn't me this time. I haven't clicked on it yet.
Wasn't me.
Yeah, and don't be surprised if you get 2 more, because now that I'm here and Shane's here, apparently there's like 3 of them that follow us around.
Oh, well, that's okay. So how was everyone's New Year in Christmas?
I got my first video posted to my FPV channel today.
Awesome.
Well,
Nice.
technically second, but first of the year. So
Yep,
I'm
working
doing
on
it.
projects. That's what I'm working on.
I got my K40 up and running, and
Nice.
I'm running it off a Raspberry Pi. So I have K40 Whisper running on a Raspberry Pi.
That's something I need to learn about. I don't have a K40 yet, but it's still something I need to learn about.
Yeah.
Hey, Viking.
Can I hit-
Pop out chat.
Oops.
Thanks, Viking. I know.
Yeah, I've been thinking about getting a K40 because I want something I can cut, Lexan and other things with.
Well, you want to be careful about what you do and don't cut because the fumes can be bad for you.
Yes.
Um,
No, anything. That's one of the reasons I haven't gotten a laser yet. Is I have now, thanks to COVID, I now have some lung issues.
hey, Will.
And my wife already had lung issues, so I have to get a good filtration and vent system built before I can do that.
Well, it comes with a fan. They come with a fan built in, but the fan that's in it is not great. You need to add another inline fan to increase the air
The
draw.
volume. Yeah.
Yeah, but it'll work. It works fine. So, like, mine is not a permanent setup. I made a board, so I popped the window, put a board up to close it down on top of it. It's weather sealed all the way around.
Yep.
So it runs, and then when I'm done, I can just lift the window up again, take in the board, and then close the window again. And that's because it's in my house. I can't run it in my garage; it's too cold here. Come summer, I will move it out to my garage where it will actually get it'll get a lot more use because it won't. I can't have it in there now because the cooling water will freeze.
Okay, so I'm horrible with names, so I'm sorry. Upper right hand corner.
Me?
Yeah. Tim.
Tim.
Do it. Okay, cool.
Do it, Tim.
You got a different camera angle. I'm not used to that camera angle.
I'm totally redoing my studio, so I've added a
Cool.
monitor. Yeah, I'm doing all kinds of stuff here.
Yep. Hiring
Yeah.
women to pretend to be your wife. Yep.
$100 Canadian. Hey, you can't get much for that. That's good.
Yeah, auto drop. I'm actually going to do that. What I'm going to do is eventually, I'm actually going to do even better. I'm going to take it apart, and I'm going to build a much larger build area using 3D printer 2020 extrusion, and so I'm going to set it up like a printer, but there'd be, and I'm even going to add a Z-axis to it, and that's what I plan to do to it. So I'm going to take it from its now 12 by 9 to probably 24 by 24 burn area.
Tyrion says actors are desperate in Canada.
Well, considering that I'm friends with a couple people who work in CGI, and well, we're all friends with Marcel, they are.
So what are you working on, Zolan? What have you been working on?
Quads, drones. I just today, I've already explained this on so many channels, and a lot of people here has already heard it probably.
Hey, Jerry.
But today I showed up a SMO 4K action cam, which is a cut down Insta360 specifically made for quadcopters and UAVs. And I slapped that onto my Hexplorer, which is the 6 prop Flywheel Explorer quad that they just came out with not that long ago. I've only flown the thing twice, today being the second day, and then taught myself how to use the new version of Premiere.
Nice.
Been a very busy mental day.
If any of you want to come in and join, the link is, I just posted the link again in chat if you want to come in and join.
But, and that guy there, I don't know if he's told you what he's working on yet.
Who, Shane?
Yep.
Yeah, you call it a table, but it's not quite a table. Not sure if you can kind of tell what it is. So I'm gonna.
I see plywood with 4 smaller pieces of plywood attached.
Okay, so what you need to think of somebody playing K-pop music in the background and them stomping on the different squares.
It's quite possibly. Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Oh, wow.
So I'm making my own version of it because the one that's back there, it's probably close to 15 years old. So, and it's starting to fail.
So what do you do? Just open it up and take out the components, or did you build it from scratch?
I'm building it from scratch.
And what are you using for the pressure pads?
Pressure pads are actually very similar to the Konami pads, I should say. I guess that's what they're called. So just like a regular button, you kind of do like a little zigzag pattern so you get the best contact. Carbon filter for like an air filter.
Mm-hmm.
That goes down on that. And then a piece of metal on top so you can make your variable resistor. And when you press on that, the resistance changes.
This camera now.
And you can use that as a button that way. And that's a pressure sensitive button. So if you wanted to get all fancy with it, you could do different things with it, I guess. Turn it into like a joystick, basically.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have a feeling the little one wants to see the trash panda.
Yeah, there's the whole fam.
Say subscribe and like.
Hi.
Hit that subscribe button and like. Go ahead.
Hit the like button and subscribe.
What?
Thank you.
Awesome.
What did you say? Say it again.
Hit the like button and subscribe.
Okay, with your permission, I'm going to capture that audio, and I'm going to play it on my stream all the time.
I've already done it.
Yes, go for it.
Tim, actually record it for me and send me the file.
I will.
It'd be easier. Yeah.
So, Kieran, child actors are desperate in Canada too.
You're on TV. Is there a raccoon in there?
Yeah, look at the
Oh my
raccoon.
goodness.
Yeah.
Talking
Yeah, I'll
ra-
make a big watch. I'll make him full screen for you.
Raccoon.
look, talking raccoon.
Wow.
Hi.
His name is Zolan.
Hello.
He's got one red eye and one green eye.
Say hi.
Or blue.
Nope. Blue.
Blue.
Hi. I don't know your name, but hi.
Ethan.
What was that?
This is Ethan.
Hi, Ethan.
Say hi.
Say hi, raccoon.
Where is it?
Raccoon.
Okay, just kissing you bye.
Okay.
Leaving you with
See
your
you
dad.
later.
Oh, fun.
Have fun.
I don't remember the hotkeys for doing that. Dang. Ah.
You upstairs.
I'm going to move that monitor.
I already sent him out, so he should be good.
That's cool. He gets to see himself on TV.
Yeah. Hey, there you are, right there. Wave to yourself.
My face tracking is having issues.
Oh,
Nice, Brenda. He's hired.
everybody's stream's going to have hit that like button and subscribe.
You should, send me the recording of him saying that.
Yeah, okay.
Record him saying to a mic, and then I can send it to me, and I'm going to use it.
I
That's
will.
really good.
And subscribe.
Thank you.
You keep practicing.
That's cool.
Hey, we could monetize that, you know.
Yep.
Radio stations pay for drops like that all the time.
They do, yeah.
Do you see that, Roland?
It is Canada. I mean, you guys are already using monopoly money. Just hand it out. As I said, the face tracking today for some reason is having an issue, and every time I go to eat or something, especially, it wants to look down at my crotch. I don't get it.
That's funny.
It's part of why I just zoomed in.
Raccoon in Jamaica?
No, not in Jamaica.
You look like
Oh, in my background, yeah.
Oh, in the background, the palm tree, yeah.
Yep. Here.
either there or Hawaii.
Oh, look, see, he's got snow. Look at that. He's flying his drone. Look at that.
Cool.
That's why I got goggles.
Uh-huh.
I see grass. Tree. I see a tree.
Yeah.
I see a lake.
You have lots of snow where you are right now, don't you, Tim?
And I see
Yeah,
snow.
we had a major snowfall of about probably
Snow?
24 inches 2 weeks
Wow.
ago.
It
And
was
we're
this
just
big.
we're just finishing clearing it.
Yeah, we got some freezing rain yesterday and some hail. So they're all packed together, and then it warmed up a little bit today. So I spent 2 hours outside scraping it off the driveway.
Wow, yeah.
It was
Okay.
about an inch and a half, maybe 2 inches deep.
What's that, a snowball?
Yeah, snow right out of my backyard.
Oklahoma City got 5 to 8 inches yesterday.
We haven't got that much snow yet, and I'm way further north than there.
I know. That's what's weird. Actually, they broke every snowfall accumulation record since 1934.
Wow, well, that's a lot because we haven't had our heavy snow yet. It's coming. We always get it, but we normally get it around mid to late January, where our really snowish weather kicks in. Sometimes it's early, but this year it's a little late this year. Hey, BCK. Yeah. Well, but Perth is actually you're going into your summer now, aren't you?
Yep. I almost moved to Perth years and years ago.
40 degrees. So you don't need to heat your print bed when you're printing PLA then. Just stick it outside in the sun when you're. Cool. So we have people from all over the world.
It is currently 0.2 degrees here.
Oh, nice.
It's warmer actually. It's 30. It's 34 right now.
Yeah,
So-
it's 32.4 here.
Mm. Yeah, it's 34 here, but it will drop tonight. It will freeze, and then
Oh, yeah.
but it's supposed to be warm again, fairly warm again tomorrow as well. So it's supposed to by warm I mean just above freezing. So tomorrow it's supposed to be 34 to 35 as well.
Oh, you want messed up? By Wednesday, Thursday, this week, we are supposed to be hitting 21.1 C.
20. Wait, no.
70 degrees Fahrenheit.
Where are you?
Oklahoma. Central Oklahoma.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's weird. The weather this year is just all over the place, and literally, no joke. I have experienced all 4 seasons in one day.
Oh,
Last
that's Michigan.
Yep.
Yeah, in Michigan,
Yep.
we say that if you don't like the weather, just wait a minute. So,
See, I'm used to Western Washington. You don't like the weather? Drive 5 miles.
yeah. No, but here it changes. You ever heard the saying something changes like the weather? Well, it's based on the weather in Michigan because it changes so often. And then we have lake effects as well because of the Great Lakes.
Yep.
So, like, what would have been a light snow becomes a heavy snow because of the Great Lakes, because the moisture builds up over the lakes as the weather comes in from Chicago and moves across the Great Lakes. It actually scoops up all the moisture and then dumps on us. Now, I'm not on that side of the state. Dolan is lucky as a fur coat.
Yeah, lucky until it gets above 75 degrees Fahrenheit. I do not handle heat well. And that's me as in reality too. Do not handle heat.
I'm the opposite. I hate the cold. I love the heat. When it's 70 and above, I'm happy.
I grew up in Alaska on a mountain.
For me, when it's 70, that's when my coat comes off. I wear a coat when it's doing it. I wear a coat or a sweater or something once it's below 70. When it hits 50, I wear my winter coat.
When I first moved here to Oklahoma, we had a major snowstorm roll through, and all the people at the installation I was going into were freaking out because I was wearing a short sleeve shirt. It was warm.
No,
I can't do that now. I've been here too long.
Yeah, no, I have neighbors, and when it's like this here, that go out in their shorts and t-shirts.
Yep. Yeah, I would have worn shorts, but I can't wear shorts at that location. So.
Yeah, no, even in here in the middle of winter, I have neighbors who wear shorts, and like like one of my neighbors was out today, working on some of the Christmas lights, and he was out wearing a short sleeve t-shirt. And it's just barely above freezing. So, people, but you'd be amazed what you get used to.
Yeah, I remember the Michigan weather. I grew up in the UP, and we had Lake Effect snow off of the Lake Superior, and it would just drop and drop and drop like nobody's business.
One thing I like about when it gets to about -10 Fahrenheit, anything lower than that really doesn't feel any different.
Because it's dry air.
You got it.
Yeah, because the moisture freezes and falls out of the sky, so there's no humidity there.
The only time you really need to worry is when you get to about -30, because if you sneeze, cough, or any liquid comes out of your body, pretty much it will freeze.
Yeah. I've done it here. Like in the middle of winter here. Like we can get -36. We've had -36. And when you have weather like that, boiling water will turn to snow when you throw it in the air.
Yep.
Yeah,
growing up in Alaska, I kind of miss it, but at the same time, I don't miss being snowed in for 3 months.
Well, I don't get that bad here. No, sorry. Northern Michigan, the UP, the UUP, the Upper Peninsula areas, they would get like they have balconies upstairs, and it's not for sitting out in the sunshine. It's so they can get out of the house in the snow.
So
Right?
I'm getting a kick out of the fact it almost looks like your Astroprint logo is sitting on his shelf.
It kind of does, doesn't it? It's kind of good.
I just noticed that. Just gotta. I just have to raise that camera. Hang on a little bit. No, lower that camera a little bit. Right there we go.
Tilt it a little bit. Turn it a bit towards your right. Yeah, where your hand is. Yeah, enough. There you go. There we are. Astroprinters on your shelf. Thank you. See my logo. People have my logo on their shelves.
Oh.
It's funny.
Yeah. Yes.
Kit, I'm in Oklahoma. Snow is not fake. We have it here.
No. If you want to, if you don't believe that snow is real, come visit us here. Come.
Oh no. Remember, what was it? 6 years ago when South Carolina got snow?
Yeah. I've seen even Florida has had snow
Yep.
once or twice. But like it's different though. They get a dusting of snow, about a quarter of an inch of snow, and they shut down. We don't shut down until we have at least 6 inches of snow. And in the UP, if it's not 6 feet of snow, they keep going.
And Kit, we understood that there was a snark tag on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was times where like we would get like a foot of snow and we still had school. Like it was.
Yeah.
When I moved from Alaska to Washington State and had my first snow day, I was so confused because we've never had snow days in Alaska. Never.
Yeah, because snow is normal.
Yeah. So there's 8 feet of snow. Big deal. That's what you got snowplows for. That's why our bus trucks actually had heaters that blew on the tires, chains, and auto sanders.
Yeah. Talking about ice, we had freezing rain yesterday and hail, and so basically we ended up with 2 inches of hail on the ground with freezing rain on top of it. So it went hard. So I was out there today.
There was 1 year driving home from OKC to where I'm at here in Prague, and
thanks, Maker.
My Jeep had so much ice on it from driving that I actually had to sit in my Jeep for almost 30 minutes with the heater on full blast before I could even get the door open.
Oh, yeah.
Ice here is
here too.
Ice is a killer here. We get, so we got the snow, and then the next day we had freezing rain on top of the snow. And we're talking, anywhere between a ½ inch to 1.5 inches of ice on branches. And then it snowed again. But before it snowed again, it actually warmed up to about 55, 60 degrees Fahrenheit.
Enough to melt it.
No, but only for about 2 hours.
Yeah, but it warmed up enough to melt enough of it to make sure that it actually compacted hard.
Yes, and then it refroze and snowed again.
Yeah. Worse than the winter. Yeah, right. Well, that's what we have right now. We have the slush because it warmed up a bit today. It's going to freeze tonight, and then it's going to warm up a bit tomorrow, and then freeze again. That's why I cleared it today when I had the chance, because it thawed a small little bit, enough to get it off the driveway. Because if I didn't, it would just become a rock solid again overnight.
So tomorrow the high is 48 with freezing fog. Monday 57, Tuesday 58.
Wow, you get nice one. That's nicer weather than what we get.
Oh yeah, yeah, and from then on,
how are you?
High 40s, low 50s for the whole week. So I was wrong. We're not going to get up to 70 now.
Cool.
But we're dropping. So here we are. You'll love this. It'll be 57 degrees Monday with a 30-degree low.
Well, no, we have those swing weather. We have that swinging weather all the time. That swing
Yep.
temperature we have.
Every day, high desert.
Yeah. Now we have that swing temperatures a lot here in fall, and in spring.
I'm just getting a kick out of, everybody got that massive snowstorm up in the Northeast, and they were posting pictures on Twitter, and I started responding to the pictures saying, you can send the snow to me. And the next day, we got snow.
Well, you got what you asked for.
Yeah, yep. I love snow. I don't mind it.
Yeah, that swinging temperatures would be hell on my my sinuses. Like,
oh, it is.
Like that would not be a fun time for me.
Welcome to my world. You try and do a recording of when the weather is jumping around, and you're trying to do a recording of an unboxing or a review, and you're fighting this stuffiness that's going on. It's killer.
That's probably one of the reasons why I keep my keep my house at like 60 degrees normally.
Yeah, that's where we keep ours. In fact, right now my bedroom is whoa. I don't know how, but it's apparently 68 degrees in my bedroom. Oh, the heater's in there on full blast. Okay. Yeah, we don't have central heat, so we move our heaters around.
I got forced here, so
we don't have insulation either. So one gust of wind, that'll drop 10 degrees.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
old farmhouse. There's still knob and tube running in the attic.
You can inject it in there.
No, this house is not worth it. Seriously. We want to save our money up, build a new house, and then burn this one to the ground. Literally.
So we're all invited down to Zolan's place with when he does that, and we'll all be there with the marshmallows.
Oh, actually, no. Yeah. If we get to that point where we're actually ready to burn the house down, show up, bring your firearms even, because Devin's going to come up with giant benchies for us to shoot.
Nice.
I was really confused for like quite a period of time. I thought Dwight like drunk for a little bit, and I was like, all right, I guess that's the person I get to watch on YouTube.
Your audio is doing a weird thing again. Let me do one thing, because last time when I quit and came back in, your audio seemed to fix itself. So I'm going to take myself out of stream and back into stream. 1 second.
Yeah, actually, that sounded like audio clipping.
He's gone.
He's got it set so that way it doesn't actually unmute the mic until it hears a certain decibel, I think.
So try it now, Dan.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, not as bad.
Let's see how it
not
goes.
as bad at all.
Yeah.
How was you guys' week?
It was,
I guess we spoke too soon.
no, maybe. Well, we actually did that. We Dan and Kieran were actually, because they're part of the 3D print project, where they're going to do the Guinness World Record for the largest print of a human. I'm part of that project as well. And
largest print of a what?
A 3D print, the world's largest 3D print of a person, a model of a person.
Oh.
And it's going to be a nurse, because of COVID, to honor the emergency services. So we're waiting on Guinness's to come back. They let us know. The proposal will be submitted to them. We're waiting on them to come back and see what else is in the pipeline, if anyone else is doing it, and what it would, and their requirements around it, and so on.
And here I was picturing a 12-foot tall Safety Joel.
No. Is that a little bit better though?
Yes,
that is much better.
Yeah.
Okay, it's cool. Because I had to shut off a few programs on the computer. Sorry about that.
Resource issues.
Yeah, but so that project is going to be fun. And so, but we're waiting on Word from Guinness's about that. And
Are we gonna have to start doing the Guinness drinking game again?
Oh, how many times I say it?
Daniel's already started. You can see it's in his hand already.
Mm,
I had a long day of painting, so this is my relaxed time.
Yeah, we even have Tim from TH3D he's actually going to be involved as well.
hey,
So,
if
Yeah.
there's anything I can do, let me know.
You can always go ahead and throw a like to the page, as well as support us. Throw out
You got a
posts
link?
every once in
Where's
a
the
while.
link?
post the link in private chat and I'll post it for
Ah,
everybody.
I'm streaming off my phone right now, and I'm on a different.
Oh,
I'm on a
Okay,
different
well,
account right now.
send it to me.
that explains the audio cutouts.
It does, yeah. Send it to me on email. Dan, you have my email. From your other computer, send it to me on email, and I'll post it in the chat.
Heard. Give me 2 seconds. Have you guys checked out the website yet?
Yeah. So, well, I have, but put the links in there, and I'll share them.
Understood.
So that when everyone can see them, we'll paste into chat, and then everyone can go and check it out. But so any word on Dan on when Disney is going to open back up?
Disney. No, as a matter of fact, I actually been so busy I haven't even worried about work in so long right now. It's really nice. But March 13th will be 1 year today that I have not been to work. It's weird.
Yeah,
It's
I
very
actually
weird.
if I made it another 3 weeks, I would have made the 1 year. But unfortunately, they had me come in last week since I had COVID.
Understood.
Like, oh, you're immune now for the next 2 months, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Is that your email?
That's me.
So how many people just ran to check their Facebook Messenger?
Not me. I'm sitting in front of like all three of them. So
Yeah.
I don't see the email yet. Did you send an email or how did you send it?
I sent it straight to your Facebook.
Makers Hub.
Right now, my employer is doing the 2 weeks at home, 2 weeks at the office, but I do IT.
I want to
work, so-
have as much fun as he's having.
The kid?
Yeah,
Ethan?
straight up drumming on the desk. Like, oh
Yep.
my goodness.
I had to mute the mic because he can be loud too.
Oh, dude, I have 4 kids.
Ah, okay.
Microphone.
The microphone, yeah.
I mean, to be truly honest, I think maybe, just maybe, he should do your streams from now on. You might
Well,
get a crap
he's
ton of
doing-
followers.
Do the like this video and subscribe. This is what he's gonna do
He's doing our advertising for us.
right now.
Hit that like button and subscribe. Bye.
I love that.
You got another phrase to give them, and don't forget to hit that bell.
And don't forget to hit that bell.
Yeah, look at that.
And we'll teach him that.
They promised me a recording so I can play it back whenever I want to.
Yeah.
Actually, I met this really cool guy. I don't know his name right off bat, but like he does beats. I shared him the other day. I reached out to him. I'm like, hey, can I get a 30-second intro beat? He's like, yeah, sure. Go pick one out. Threw me his Instagram. Went over his Instagram. Picked one out. He sent it straight to me with copyright and all.
Nice.
Yeah.
Actually,
Very nice.
right. In one of the videos I posted, I got dinged by YouTube, and I challenged it, and within 30 minutes they came back and they actually relinquished.
Really?
Within 30 minutes they relinquished.
But if you guys want to shoot me a message, Makers Hub,
Yeah.
Green logo. I'll be more than happy to throw you up on the website for the week. What I've been doing is giving about a week on the website. Anything you guys post, anything you guys want to do, any type of advertisement in general, I'll repost on my link. If you guys want me to be truly honest, I made the Facebook page on the 24th of December. And I know numbers aren't your guys' thing, but I think I'm at 1,700 friends.
There's for accounts, there's a 5,000 limit, just so you know.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I know.
Because
I'm going to do the
I have a couple
3K.
of friends who've hit there.
Right. I'm going to do the 3K, and I'm going to keel it off at that.
Yeah.
That way I can do the rest of the 2,000.
And I actually just spun up a new YouTube channel, so hey.
You did.
Yeah, I moved my FPs, all my first-person view, quad and car and whatever stuff to its own channel with what the FAA's been up to.
Yeah.
So that way I can keep them separate from my maker stuff.
Well,
and also because my face will never be on it.
Yeah.
But if you want to share the link, you can stick it in the private chat, and I can share it out to everybody for you.
Oh. Actually, I just shared a video on Twitter a little while ago that goes to it.
I don't know if I'm following you on Twitter, am I?
Hold on one second. That's me dinging. I'm sorry, guys.
That's you. What?
I don't have you on
Getting
Twitter,
messages.
Zolan.
Really?
Yeah, I
Hang
thought
on.
I did, but I don't. I have Amanda and I have Loyal and a couple of others, but I don't have you. So you find
Astro on
Astro
there?
Printer? Astro
Yeah.
Printer?
It says we follow each other.
I didn't see your link that you posted.
Weird. And I just put the link in private chat as well. But yeah, we
Okay,
are
yeah.
following each other on Twitter because the moment when you started going over your light tubes and stuff, that's when I hunted you down on Twitter and hit a follow.
Oh, okay. Let me find. Let me see here.
And it says you follow me.
Well, I must, but I don't see your link for some reason. So let me copy, and I'm going to share it out on the comments anyway. So this is Zoran's new channel, guys. Go
Yep.
like, subscribe, share
And
some love.
and that flight is today. And then of course there's just Shop of Wonders, but anybody can find that just by searching for Shop of Wonders with a Z at
Yep.
the end.
Cool.
Yeah, that stupid FAA drone rule change.
What did the rule change do?
Well, that's actually hard to say because it's 467 pages,
Oh wow.
That's a short
And
written document. You mean?
and it contradicts itself in multiple places.
So a typical government thing.
Mm-hmm. Thankfully, some of it doesn't actually go into effect until 2023. But some of it went into effect on the 1st. So it's a mess. There's still race day quads and a couple other organizations are banding together and they're actually filing a lawsuit against the FAA over the rules.
Okay. So
Because they've done things like if the quad is more than 250 grams, you either need a part one. You need to put what they call remote ID on it, which by the way has not actually been manufactured yet. So there's no way to put it on it. But that's one of the ones that doesn't go into effect until 2023. They made it so that way if your drone is more than 250 grams, you either have to have a Part 107 or an exemption to fly it.
Really?
Yeah, it's all messed up. The new regs are just jacked. Yeah, the remote ID kills almost all consumer drones because they put that weight limit on it. Basically, if your quad weighs more than 2 sticks of butter,
Right.
you have to have remote ID.
Huh. That's not worth it.
No. And again, nobody's actually got a remote ID module yet.
So you have no idea how heavy that's even going to be. So
or how much power it's going to take,
yeah.
or how much space it'll take on the quad. It's just all messed up. I'm still reading it myself, and I'm probably going to forward it over to a couple of my friends who work in legal to see if they can decode some of it. One of the FAA talking heads has contradicted himself 3 times in the last 48 hours when trying to explain what changed.
That's typical.
So the FAA themselves don't even understand it.
Like, let's be honest. How many people who actually work for the IRS understand the IRS rules?
Yeah, good. Dude, I did a contract at the FDIC.
It's a nightmare, right?
Oh yeah.
Those guys are.
Oh no, and see, I agree with some regulations. We have regulations dealing with, we already have. So what was it? 4 years ago, they made it to where if you wanted to fly a quad, you had to go get an FAA license, which is just a registration number that you have to put on your quads. And apparently that was so, and I quote, they can track the owner. And now they want to put the remote ID on it to do the same thing. Oh, yeah. The other thing with the remote ID is they made it to where Joe Public with their phone can download the app, intercept your remote ID broadcast, and not only know where your quad is, but know where you are physically.
That's an invasion of privacy. Hey,
Hey,
Jerry.
You done?
How's life?
I was trying to come in as a cheeseburger, but for some reason I'm getting a black screen in StreamYard. I don't know why.
A cheeseburger?
Because you're not that appetizing.
Yeah, I've only used FaceRig in another room. I haven't used it on this PC, and I don't know why it wasn't working.
It happens.
I was going to be a demon with an evil voice, but Tim had his little boy there, so I didn't want to come in as a monster.
Oh, that would have been fun.
So I could go on for hours about the whole regulations things, and I will flat out state here and now, even I am having a hard time wrapping my head around everything that's in it. So only time will tell.
Well, I would like to see how they work around it. More the fact of making the units smaller and lighter.
Right.
Pretty much they're going to be like the palm of your hand now.
Actually, the one that I fly that the dogs chase around the yard is only a little bit bigger than my hand.
Really?
Yep. Tiny Hawk 2 Freestyle. It's an analog quad, runs 1 or 2S batteries. It's not that expensive, 2.5-inch props.
You said Tiny Hawk?
Yep. It's by Emax.
Hello, little person.
Oh, yeah.
This is one of them. One of them.
One of the 5.
4, isn't it?
Or 4. Don't curse me like that.
Oh, come
4.
on. You're looking forward to triplets, weren't you?
No, not at all.
Just think, if we would have got $2,000 instead of $600, look at all that money you had.
Oh,
2, 4, 6, 8. You know.
I don't. If you really want me to get into honest terms, I don't get that. Period.
Oh.
No.
One of my neighbors across the street has triplets, and all 3 of them are in college right now.
Wow.
Oh.
I asked him how does he pay for it. He said I pay for it, and then when they're finished college, they'll have to put me up in housing because I'll be poor. So yeah, that's hard. How was your Christmas and New Year, Jerry?
Oh, pretty good. Didn't do anything exciting.
Playing with the K40?
I haven't last time I used the K40 was for presents. I haven't used it since. I did lift up the lid on it a little bit ago, and I was trying to think of something to make.
Yeah. I saw you liked my post today about getting it running on the Raspberry Pi.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
And I got a camera working on it now as well, so I can actually look at it through a web page.
All right.
So that worked out really well. I still have to figure out where to mount the camera, though. I haven't figured it out. I may need to get a longer camera ribbon to mount it because the ribbon that's on it can only put it in a corner.
When the lid is up, I put mine right on the top with a mount that I took off one of my printers, and I just used a 2-sided tape. Then I ran the wire down, and I got it plugged into a splitter that comes to this PC. So your Pi, you can probably just plug it in your Pi.
Maybe, yeah. Well, the way it is right now, I have the Pi inside a case anyway.
Mhm.
And that works. It works really well for me, and it works fine. So I have no problem there. I just need to figure out probably get a longer ribbon cable to mount the camera, and
Yeah.
I may mount it on the lid. I haven't decided yet. I'm going to see what the view looks like from different points of view, and then decide from there.
Yeah, the only time I really use the camera now that I've been playing with it is when I close the lid. I can sit here, do other things, and I can watch it on my screen and see what's happening.
That's exactly what I'd be using it for.
To line projects up.
Yeah, no, I won't be using it for lining. Lining up projects is basically drag over your start point, and when that's over
Frame
the
it.
part, and then do a border check. And if it's on your part, then you hit go.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Do a frame check.
That's what most, or you can do it from the home point outwards. Always use the home point.
Hey, Zolan, I got a question. When I start up FaceRig, when I'm not in StreamYard and I see my avatar on the screen, and then I'll say I want to jump in here, and I pick my FaceRig for the camera, I still have a black screen. That should be working, right?
I don't know, because I actually pump my face rig into OBS.
Okay.
And then use OBS virtual webcam.
All right, I'll try that then. All right.
The downside of doing that is your audio. I don't know. I've never tried to use face rig for the audio, so I don't know.
Okay.
My video goes, so how I currently have it is my audio is set to my headset, and my video is set to OBS virtual webcam, which is how I'm able to do the scene switches with still being, the raccoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that one of your videos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the ones that hasn't been edited yet.
Oh.
I've been flying now for about, I don't know now, 4 or 5 months. I keep saying different dates because I don't remember when I started. I've recorded almost every time I've flown, but I haven't done any editing on it until today.
So now here's the real thing. So with your 3D printer, what do you make for your unit?
I make mounts for like cameras and things, bumpers, battery holders. Soon, I actually want to do a mostly printed, well, maybe not a mostly printed CNC, but something like a mostly printed CNC, so I can do my own carbon fiber cut frames.
So what do you think about blades being printed?
No go. No, I know people have done it, but I have seen too many of them fragment and just explode.
Well, depending on what you print them out of, right?
I might do it out of resin,
but
I would not do it FDM.
No,
now, remember, I am flying 4-inch props or smaller on almost everything.
I know, but still, resin is too brittle. So if you're going to do it, I would do it out of something like I would probably do it because I do everything in PETG, but I would consider PETG, and because PETG is a strong material with no cooling fan on, so it actually really bond.
Actually, it was PETG props I saw explode.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
The problem isn't the printing of the prop. It isn't really the strength of the prop itself. It's the balance.
Jerry's sharing, and offering us all candy.
Yeah.
That's not Jerry.
Sorry, wrong button.
That's Tim.
TH3D usually sends me one candy on an order, so I left them a message. Please send me more than one. So he sent me like 9 Smarties.
Oh, they're rockets.
In Canada, I hear they call them rockets.
Yeah.
And I said, well, down here they're called Smarties, and whoever it was that sent me those, I forget who it was right offhand. But anyway, he said, well, then what do you call these? These are Smarties, and he showed me a box of what looked like M&Ms.
Oh.
Well, yeah, for us, in Ireland, Smarties is a brand name, and they're like M&Ms. They're made by Cadbury, whereas M&Ms is made by what's her name? I can't remember. It's not Cadbury. I can't remember the other company that make them. But yeah, so that's what Smarties are for us.
Oh.
The rockets were a different flavor. They're like a tropical. They were slightly different than Smarties, but similar. They look the same.
I like those because they have a tart flavor to them.
So I kept asking Alien to throw in the UFO box one of the hot honey samples for me because I got it the one time and I only got to use a little bit of it and then accidentally made a huge mess on top of my microwave.
Nice.
But he kept forgetting to put one in the box. He said he would, but he kept forgetting. So he sent me 8 of them in my UFO box this month.
Nice.
And now we know why the TH3D price bump. Thanks, Jerry.
Yeah.
Well, the last time I had an order, I had like $200 worth of stuff and a whole bunch of little items. Like, wow, why did I get one Smartie?
Because it's one box.
Well, it should be a Smartie per item, I think, at least.
Hey, be lucky you got Smarties. My last TH3D order didn't come with any.
Yeah, I've
got none
had
with it.
orders with nothing before.
That was back when they were having the shortage.
Yeah.
I got none with the last time I ordered from Tim.
Groucho, I'm actually doing the Droid Cam into OBS as well. How am I doing that again? Where is that source? Droid Cam. Here it is. So what I've been doing is I would just open up the Droid Cam app on my computer, connect it to the phone that's running Droid Cam, and then on the device I choose the Droid Cam Source 3, and it works.
Right,
no,
hey,
I missed out.
I might be back on, but I hear them yelling and screaming over in the other room, so I'm gonna jump off here for a little bit and throw them all in bed.
Just mute your mic and yell at them.
I don't yell. It's really weird. So throughout my years, my father never raised a hand on me and stuff like that. And going into fatherhood myself, I can honestly say the only child I've ever slapped and it was on the hand, and it's really funny because he still brings it up to this day, is my 16-year-old. He really, really upset me, and I'm like, give me your hand. He's like, why? I'm like, give me your hand. He's like, why? And I just whop on his hand, and actually we got into an argument the other night, and he's like, you hit me, right? I'm like, bro, are you kidding me? Like, that was just your hand.
No, I just said yell at him, don't beat him. I had a call with my son years ago when he was around 16, and the officer had to call the police on him. The officer came out, and the officer told me, use a phone book. He said, you won't leave marks, use a phone book. That's what the cop told me.
Oh, man, that's great. But no, I don't really yell that much. I'm actually kind of a laid back. My kids don't like it when I do get angry, though. They have to write out, well, the little ones, they have to write out the alphabet a bunch of times. And then the older one, since they never taught them how to do cursive in school, I make them do cursive alphabet.
That is crazy. They don't do that in school.
You don't do cursive?
Sign a document. Oh, you get online and do it electronically. Everybody needs to know how to write a check. I mean, well, checks are kind of obsolete. You know what I mean?
Right.
You go to buy a house, you do everything on here. They'll hang an iPad and you do everything electronically.
Pretty much. What's really funny is that you got to think about the generation what is growing up. All of them have to sign a driver's license. It's all going to be print.
Oh yeah,
mine's a scribble,
and that would be easy
literally
to copy.
I almost had an issue buying my house because not one of my signatures looks the same.
That's
like
great.
Oh, yeah, like a doctor.
Right.
And I did that because I've actually told, places that if you see my name printed properly, wow, it's like having issues. Yeah, but if you see my name spelt properly or you can actually read it, it's not my signature.
Well, for anybody who is, we have 5 people in there, but we have about 15 watching. So if one or two more want to come in and join, the link is there in chat. Everyone but Lam is welcome. I'm only joking. I mean, you're always welcome. Okay, well, somebody has to give you a hard time, so that's my job.
Oh, I already have it here. Huh. So here's the Droid X Cam to show that it does actually work in OBS.
Nice helmet, Jerry.
Here are my settings.
Well, okay, let me go to Jerry. Let me go over to Zolan first, and I'll come back to you, right?
Sure.
He's been wanting to share his screen out for a minute.
So Groucho, here are my settings. Nice
Actually,
and
Kieran,
simple.
It's the same for me. Yes, learn to duck. Your settings are being hidden behind your video feed. So
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Cancel. Let me drag that out of the way. There we go. And pop that back open. So now it shouldn't be hidden behind.
No, it's not.
There you go. Oh, no, don't do the audio. I use a headset. I don't pass audio.
Okay,
Hey,
Jerry.
Marla. Yeah, I was printing this on the Hypercube a couple days ago, and it printed all night long, and I had a layer shift, and I had to restart the print, and then I changed filament, and then I ran, and then I had another layer shift on the top, so I had to reprint the top, and I glued it and puttied it on, took it out in the garage, and I took a peanut grinder with a grinding wheel that I use when I grind metal or steel, and I went around, and I burned it down a little bit, get it to fit, but my belt's burned up on my Core XY. I got little belt debris everywhere, and they're basically trash. So it needs a ton of work. And then this is a newer version by Miko that he came out with, where it's got like electronics on the inside and padding and things like that. So I have a ton of work to do too. But another one that I had that was done, I did like 6 months ago. That's going out in the mail Monday as a birthday present. So I printed me one at 110%. So
Does it fit you?
yeah. I got a big ass head. It said 110%. It fits.
Oh, that's
Oh,
too
that's
big.
nice. Cool.
That looks a little bit too big.
Yeah, well, it's fine.
Yeah, once you pat it, it shouldn't be.
Yeah, well, putting the foam lining.
But it's pretty cool. It's got electronics and stuff on the inside, I can paint up and everything. So
Yeah.
it'd be nice to get it done.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
I just got to order another shield off of Amazon. Here's an old one that I had, another one, but I used window tinting on it, and the window tinting is kind of bubbling and tore up. All that is a piece of clear. So I ordered another shield off Amazon, and then I just took my peanut grinder and I kind of cut it out, and cleaned it up, and then I hot glue this in place. Hold it out, hot glue it, take a wet rag to the hot glue so it dries real quick so it don't move, and then I'll hot glue it. I'll just use this for a template for the new one.
Nice.
Anyway, and that's it.
Very
And
nice.
then I got a big bottle of nano polymer, and I've got a brush. And
I love
got
nanopolymer.
and I got a this, and I got a that. Where's my Smarties? Oh, here they are.
So the nanopolymer, do you use the flex beds?
Yeah, I used it on a couple things. My beds are getting kind of wore out. You can go take me off full screen. I'll kind of wipe it on to help it out. I did.
Oh, no. Well, the reason why I was asking is because if you use the flex beds, you can actually flip the bed over, put a couple drops of the polymer on the bare metal, and print PETG and TPU perfectly.
Okay.
Works great. And then you don't ever have to worry about ripping up the PEI sheet or anything.
Yeah, I tried nanopolymer on a mirror, and it said with PLA, once it cooled down, it would release. So that was
Yeah.
a replace glass.
Yeah, no, you got to be careful with that. I don't use glass anymore if I can help it.
I use nothing but all of mine are glass.
Yeah, well, I use mirror or flex sheets. On most of them are flex sheets.
Yeah, I use almost all flex sheets, and if I need that smooth surface, if I need a smoother surface than what I would get on the flex sheet, on a PEI or whatever, I flip it over and just print on the bare metal.
Mhm.
You can get smooth PEI as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know, I have some, but I get smoother prints off the metal than I do even the PEI.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I love my flex sheets. Flex sheets with the bed leveling, with an auto bed leveler, works great.
Yeah, I've got PE on one side and the rough stuff on the other, textured. Just flipping it.
Groucho, let me see if I can track down the one I ordered, because I think I got it on Amazon.
Hey, Chris Travis, congrats on the win earlier.
What did he win?
The roll of filament on Kurt's Fabrications.
Oh, in currency. Okay.
Yeah. Chris.
I didn't know he was having a stream, and I don't know what's happening. I'm not getting dinged when strings are coming up. Some of them.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
ran
I'm
it up on
having the same
YouTube and I
issue.
see him coming up.
Yeah, his didn't actually show up as live. I actually knew it was coming up, so that was sorry
Oh.
why I was there.
Liam, I'm going to drop this in the private. If you can pass that on to Groucho. You'll notice it is not a referral link, so I'm not trying to steal. If you want to toss your referral on it, go ahead.
You know I don't care about that, guys. I put it into the public for a public chat. Yeah, I'm not. I want people to advertise their own stuff, right? When I do these hangouts, it's about getting people to know us, right? So I don't. It's one thing when I'm doing an interview with somebody, but outside of that, it's a free for all. You know, that's what these are designed about. Like your friend would tell you about links of stuff and reference stuff for you. So this is the same here.
So which mic is this? This is the one you're currently using, Zolan?
No, right now I have my Arctic 7 gaming headset on.
Okay.
But when I'm actually on camera and want to look more professional, that's what I use.
Yeah, I thought about buying one around 40, 50, 60 bucks, and a lot of people says the big screen were like, "Oh no, you got to spend 200. Those are garbage." But
oh, don't get me wrong.
Tried one.
Compared to my professional audio mics, it is garbage.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds no different than my gaming headset. So hey, whatever.
Okay. So you can walk around your room and everybody can hear you fine.
Actually, I can walk around my whole house and sometimes outside my house with that one.
Oh wow.
With my headset, I can't less range, but my headset's got a lower latency.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But actually, this has a lower latency because I have it plugged into a Focusrite 2i2 Scarlett. But most people don't run that.
You know what I like? I like the blue snowball mics, and I like
the Yeti mics.
A lot of audio. I do a lot of recording.
Yeah,
right. And the blue snowballs are fantastic little mics.
Yeah, I actually have a professional grade recording mic and other things. I just don't use it that often.
Well, I do a lot of recording.
Him in Canada, Leon,
great.
Llama, me.
So it's like half of my job recording videos and demonstrations and new product features and to the field. The guys in the field who sell the products learn how everything works and how to demo it to customers.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Jerry, that set also has the adapters, so you can actually plug it into your phone. So if you're using StreamYard or whatever on your phone, you can just use that as your mic.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it works. I mean, there's better. Don't get me wrong. There's always better.
Yeah.
But, for the price, I'm not out much to give it a shot. And being it's Amazon with free returns.
Within reason, yeah.
Yeah. No, it outright says Prime and free return.
Yeah, they usually you send stuff back in like 60 days or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's 30, I think it is.
The return window.
Yeah, 30 days.
Well, yeah. But, 30 days should be enough time. No, 10 days should be enough time for you to say yay or nay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. For anything. If you can't test it within 10 days, you shouldn't be ordering it yet.
Pretty much. Well, of course, though, I say that, and I still haven't gotten some of the stuff I have. It's been a year for some of the stuff I have.
It took me 5 weeks before I tested my lavalier mic set that I got, a wireless lavalier set. Mm-hmm. Before I even took it out of the box.
And there is, again, I'll repeat again, there is better out there. Do not get me wrong.
Yeah, if you want to spend $200, but if something a lot cheaper will work almost as good, then that's fine.
If all you want it for is streaming and you're used to already have, if you don't have soundproofing in your room to help with the reflections, it really doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah. You need to have something to absorb sound. You need to have something soft.
Mm-hmm. And now we all need to shut up because I haven't heard Tim say anything in a long time.
Well, I can pull up my shirt and rub my tummy and absorb a lot of sound right there.
Crap.
I'm just waiting to see what trouble he's getting in.
He's on his hands and knees in the floor.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this pad working. One of the buttons isn't working right now, and I don't know. I think it's the controller.
Real Akita impact. Oh my god! Someone with real tools.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I like Makita.
Real impact.
I got one of those on the shelf over here.
Even brushless too. so it's
Yep.
not going to burst into flames.
Pretty much everything's brushless now if you go and buy it. Unless you have to go look for non-brushless now.
Apparently,
Yeah.
everyone's getting Smarties from TH3D except me. I've never got. He's never sent me any.
How many did you get in your order?
No, I've done, and I haven't got any. I have to talk with him about that.
What happened? My wife
Yeah.
walked in here and took them. They're gone. Well, she didn't.
Oh, yeah. Why do you think she was there, man?
Well, she missed one. I have one right here too.
You better hide it.
Anyways, so it is
Here it is.
8:30. I
Yeah,
am an hour after my normal bedtime. So you all take care.
Take care, Zolan.
Thanks
Have a good
for
night.
having me on here, Liam.
Always, you're always welcome.
Take care.
Take care, everyone.
Take care, man. Have a good evening.
It's good old curmudgeon because it is a decade old. If you went to buy one now, it would not be so good. But yeah, I've brushed motors last. I mean, they're plenty powerful. They wear out.
Mhm.
Although I got to say, some of my most powerful tools, I still have my old brushed Porter cable left-handed circular saw. That thing is close to it is 20 years old.
Mm.
Yeah, I think it's 20 years old, and it still smokes anything today.
And that's one thing I hate about my Makita circular saw is it's right-handed. It is such a pain to use.
Is it corded or cordless?
Corded.
No, I was going to say their cordless is left-handed.
Really?
Yeah. All trim saws are left-handed.
Oh, I'll have to see. I'll have to go pick one of those up then, because I had to cut some wood for this stuff, and I was swearing at it. I wanted to I ended up just using the hand saw to cut most of the stuff out.
All the cordless saws I was never cordless circular saws were a joke. Always have been. I mean, they're good for going in and like I used them a lot when I had to go in and do a service call, and I got to cut a piece of small trim or cut out a little thing. You bring in the cordless because you don't have to run cords, blah, blah, blah. But for day-to-day working, I have never found one until I bought the Makita that is usable for actual work. My Makita cordless circular saw is balls down the best nut crunching cordless tool I've ever had.
I've got a worm drive skill saw. It's right-handed, like you have on a job site, and then I have a direct drive Black & Decker, which is left-handed, corded. Plug it in.
Well, it's funny because in construction, I had a lot of my friends in framing grab my left-handed saw, even though they were right-handed.
Oh,
because they could see the blade better.
Oh.
People don't realize when they design a saw, they literally deliberately put the motor in your view because that protects your eyes from the chips.
Oh.
You're supposed to look out in the front of the saw where the notch and the plate and everything is. Well, no one in their right mind does that. You need to see the tooth blade.
Yeah.
So a lot of my friends that I would work with would grab my left-handed saw even though they were right-handed because they could go and the blade's right there. They could see it. The whole blade's there. The motor's on the other side. So when they're doing it, and that's actually the reason why all trim saws are left-handed. You buy a cordless trim saw, it's left-handed because with a trim saw, you have to see the blade because usually the blade's so small and you're cutting such a small piece because it's trim. It's not a big, board. It's you can't see it at the plate because a lot of times it's not as long as the blade. Because like Jerry, you guys probably out west. I know you guys mostly use worm drive, right? Did you use worm drive or did you use direct drive?
Worm drive.
Yeah. See, we don't. No one around here uses a worm drive.
I was a laborer, not a carpenter, but I have a worm drive. My brother was a carpenter. My dad was a carpenter. I have a worm drive.
Yeah.
Well,
it's really weird. The East Coast, you cannot find a worm drive. You have to go looking for them.
I've seen a ton of remodeling shows on. I've seen a lot of remodeling shows on cable TV, and it's like, why are they using all these little, Black & Decker direct drives? I mean, little anyway. Yeah, you're right. I don't see many worm drives on shows.
No, the East Coast, it's so weird. The East Coast is all direct drive. The West Coast is all worm drive.
Well, we call it drywall. You call it sheetrock. I always call it drywall.
We call it both.
We call it plasterboard.
Yeah, that's what it actually is.
Yeah. It's plaster, basically gypsum
Well,
plaster wrapped in paper.
It's in all reality, it's not. Our sheetrock isn't plasterboard. Plasterboard has a different coating on it. Our sheetrock just has a normal. It's actually crushed up newspaper.
Ours
True
is
plasterboard
paper
has
on the sides.
like a chemical treating to it and a plastic coating to hold the plaster better when you plaster over it.
Hmm.
Regular old sheetrock just has a paper coating. It's
Yeah.
generally
But
used like
here,
It's
when
chalk.
you put it up here, you tape the joints and then you skim the joints. We
Yeah.
don't. We skim the whole wall.
right. You plaster it. You use plaster.
Complete wall gets plaster, ceilings, a whole lot. We just don't do the joints like you do
That's
here.
probably because of humidity problems. A lot of things like out here we do stucco buildings everywhere. Everything is stucco and styrofoam, like on the casinos. But back east they don't use stucco. Humidity will just crumble the building.
Yeah, stucco's really not
Oh,
good. in the
congratulations,
cold.
Chris.
Easily.
Congratulations, Chris.
Stucco houses here, and you end up tearing it off because the stucco cracks in the cold weather.
You see that? Chris became a grandpa again today.
Nice.
Cool.
My old daughter. And,
More free
I
babies.
shouldn't have worded that, buddy, but yay for you.
There's
So-
more babysitting for you now, Chris.
Did Andy run a Wonder Roll? Wasn't it Chris Travis at Wonder Roll?
Yeah, it was Chris Travis.
So he double goodness today.
Yeah.
He won a roll of really good. That's really good film at that film at one too.
What it means though, he's going to have a lot more babysitting ahead.
Mm-hmm.
That's what grandparents are there for, right? Babysitting.
Yeah, but there's
Nothing.
nothing better than borrowing children and sending them home when they get to be a.
Oh no, I'm the worst uncle in the world.
Yeah,
When I was younger and I was living in Ireland, I'd hang out with the kids, right, and play with them, and get them all wound up, and then give them back to their parents when they're wound up.
Give them some soda, candy, sugar down their throat. Yeah.
Yeah. Give them sugar and get them all wound up and all full of energy, running around, and then say, "Okay, now it's time to go back to mama." And they go back in the door, and then they're running around the house, and I'm gone. I don't have to deal with it.
my oldest brother and I, for like 10 years, shared a house in Rhode Island. You know, I rented half, and he rented the other half with his wife and kids. So I was always babysitting and stuff. But it was a double wall, so it was almost soundproof. So every year for Christmas, the two older girls, you know, they were old enough to actually, you know, walk and talk. The two young boys were too young, but always bought them the loudest, most obnoxious toy for Christmas I could find. Drum sets, frickin', you know, saxophones, the little, you know, the plastic saxophones they get. Anything that made noise and was squeaky and annoying. And my brother would get pissed when I'd come over for Christmas with a big box, you know, handful of boxes for the kids. He'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you because I know those things make noise."
Yeah, that's our as their uncle and whatever. That's our job.
Oh yeah.
Right? See, I mean, it's even better when you do it to your older to your older siblings. So they're older than you and they have kids, and you do it to them because they picked on you when you were young. Now, revenge time.
Yeah. Well, my oldest brother is like a good bit older than me, so we didn't even really hung out together more. But whatever, we didn't really pick on me because he's 10 years older than me. By the time he was picking on me, he was in college already. But it was funny. The best thing I ever got the kids, and it's so stupid. Jerry might remember. Some of you guys might not remember them, but there used to be those little aluminum. They were like a little disc with a handle on them, and you spun them, and they made that ratchety noise.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I got those for the kids for Christmas one year, and that's all I got. It was, you know, I just started a new job, and I was a little poor, figuring, you know, okay, they'll get a kick out of these for like a day, and then they'll collect dust in the corner. That summer, they're running around in the yard. My brother's like, "You gave them noisy goddamn things." And they're out there in the yard. At least they're outside, whipping them around, running through the yard, spinning those things.
Probably something that's on Thingiverse right now. It'd be simple enough to design. I don't know how well it'll hold up, but yeah.
One of those clackers.
Yeah, but it's still not going to make the same noise as that.
Like a little rectangular
aluminum, steel, stamped pieces of junk. Where
it spins around and it clacks because it's got a piece of it that actually goes from like a gear and it jumps
Yeah,
into
it's
gear.
a clicky clacky thing, but you spin it
Yeah.
real fast.
Yeah.
It's just like putting cards. I don't know. I'm sure you guys did it. You clip like playing cards onto the spokes of your bicycle.
Yeah, with clothes pegs. Yeah,
It's the same kind of thing, but those like made that hollow aluminum-y kind of steel, just annoying tinny sound.
I'm sure you
Remember
could do
those
that.
clackers that had the big plastic balls on it on a rope about a foot
When
long?
it bounces.
Ring, and you go like this, and they go
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom.
Oh yeah,
Then
those
you hit
are
yourself in the arm and give you a big welt.
yeah. That and they always had that cheap rubber band. You go whack, 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 and all of a sudden the ball's like flying away, and the little rubber band's broken.
Oh, that's the one with the paddle.
Yeah.
Talking of.
Doing a
Yeah,
break
that's what I was
there and
thinking
keep it to
Yeah, but
smack.
you also had the other one where you had the two of them on a stick. You had to bounce it up and down and make it hit top and bottom.
Oh yeah, I remember those too.
Yeah, they banned those because they were shattering too.
Yeah,
Because they were
those
too
are
hard.
like
Yeah.
little wheels that just went around and then back and then around. Remember those things? It was just like a big weighted wheel, and you spun it, and it had like this weird horseshoe shaped handle, and you just held it and just lowered it and raised it and lowered it, and it'd go all the way around the thing.
Go grab something.
Back.
3D Wildcat says he still has the clackers.
Oh wow!
I'm sure you can get medication for that.
We used to mount rocket motors on jarts and launch them into the sky.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you lawn darts as well.
How freaking
Oh, lawn
dangerous.
darts.
They've banned lawn darts now.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know.
no,
They
just-
banned lawn darts years ago.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that. And
Yeah,
it's a good
hit them in
reason.
the head.
How
Yeah.
many times when you were a kid that you didn't play chicken with somebody with a lawn
We
dart?
didn't have them in Ireland.
You use what was it, a Roman weapon as a yard toy? Yeah, that's gonna work out well.
Yeah. I can't tell you how many friends of mine got jarts in the shoulder and the top of the head because we'd play chicken.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, we actually were big into playing actual darts, you know.
Mhm.
And my brother was playing with one of his friends, and someone called me. And they turned around, and I got a dart right in through the jaw.
Oh,
I could actually move my tongue, and it was actually wobbling up and down.
oh,
It didn't hurt that much.
No, it really.
It went right through my cheek. Luckily, it went through my cheek, the soft part of my cheek.
I got one in the neck and I got one in the shoulder because we were playing Daria with darts.
oh, jeez.
And, you know, it didn't really hurt in the neck until like the next day. It hurt more the next day than the day it happened. The one in the back didn't hurt at all, really.
Well, yeah. Well, stupid people mean we can't have fun anymore.
Well,
And this visits
I was
me.
kind of one of those stupid people. I did some really stupid crap when I was a kid.
Yeah. Well, we all did, though. That's part of
Yeah.
growing up, right?
But here's the thing. We learned by doing those stupid things. The kids now can't do those stupid things, so they're not learning. So they're still doing the stupid things when they get older. Yeah, there you go. That's a
Gary's going to start building. He brought in these.
You know, they're making a left-handed one of those now. A true skill saw. Now people need to know there's two kinds of skill saw. There's the Walmart homeowner skill, which is the cheap brand, and then the skill saw is the good brand. What is that, a Makita or
That's skill.
that's just skill though. It's not skill saw. Because there's two lines. People don't realize. They say, "Oh, skill's terrible," because you can see all the little red cheapo ones in Home Depot and in Walmart. Skill is a cheap line for skill saw. Skill saw is the actual construction grade tools.
My dad used to use those, and he used because my father was a carpenter, and he used to use those, or he'd use He also swore on Black and Decker tools.
Yeah,
Or Makita. He loved Makita.
yeah. Makita, Milwaukee. I used to say Porter Cable, but Porter Cable got bought out by Black and Decker and turned into a dump line.
No,
I'm
he had,
left-handed, but I can cut fine with my skill saw. There we go. Anyway, when I have to get too hard to get to place or something, it's left-handed. Like when I'm working on a roof or something and I can barely lift this thing, it's a lot simpler to get up there on the roof to work with this
I
small.
was gonna say that one of those is left-handed.
Yeah, this one's left-handed, the small one, direct drive. And this is the worm drive, like we have on job sites.
But they got left-handed
Yes,
worm
I
drives
have
now.
a short cord because years ago I cut my cord. Things happen. So.
You know what? 90% of the time, that's the first thing I do is shorten the cord, anyways, because it catches on crap too much.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's better having the short cord. Matter of fact, a lot of them, I put the reverse plug in, so you can plug it like right into the handle, and it's only like 3 to 6 inches long, and that way the actual, plug isn't dragging coming undone because it's right there on your wrist. You can see it. You're not catching it.
Then I got a table saw in the garage, but I don't use it that much.
It's a little dude. It's a little dude that just disappeared. Oh, he's back again.
You should hear the little dude's slogan. Say it. Go ahead and say it.
What?
Go ahead and say it.
What?
What joke just wrote itself?
Hit that like button and subscribe.
Hey, he's got it down.
He does.
Here, let me make it full screen, Shane.
Yeah, I had a casualty. I kicked the USB cord and ripped the USB port right off the board. It's dead.
That'll do it.
Oh, it ripped the pads right off of it.
Oh,
yeah, it's done. So now I got to figure out where I put my other ones.
I was going to say it's only like a little $5 board, anyways, isn't it?
When my dad was alive back in the 80s, he had his skill saw with all metal. It didn't have a plastic handle.
Yeah.
Back in the day, they were all metal.
And they weren't grounded either. So when they started wearing out, you used to get a shock out of them.
Yep. Found my other ones. My little stash.
Guys, I'm going to go grab some dinner. I haven't eaten yet. I'll check out after. I'll pop in again.
We're wrapping up in about 15 minutes anyway because it's 10 o'clock here for me.
Okay. Well, I'll catch you next time then.
Oh, yeah. I'm probably going to do another one probably Wednesday. Okay. And I'm trying to line up an actual interview for Thursday night, my usual Thursdays. So I'll confirm it later on, probably tonight or tomorrow.
Okay. And we'll see all you guys around anyway. So
yeah.
Okay.
Take care.
Hit that like, subscribe.
Yeah. Hit that like and subscribe.
Bye, guys.
Take care. Bye.
Subscribe and hit the like or something.
For New Year's yesterday, I went and bought 2 heads of green, 1 head of purple, 2 packs of bratwurst sausage. I got a big pot out, cooked the sausage, threw some, I throw an onion in it. Then I cooked that down. Then I wilted all 3 heads, got that in it, added some garlic, a little bit of teriyaki seasoning, cooked that down. And my wife wanted some black-eyed peas. So I bought some black-eyed peas, boiled them, threw some bacon in it to flavor it, and then butter, vinegar, and Parmesan cheese is awesome.
Cats.
You got something down there in your basement your cat wants, Shane. Cat is really interested in what's in that bag. Yeah, maybe not. Moving on.
Can your cat hear us, Shane?
No, I got a headset on. So.
Okay. If I could make a noise, it'd scare the shit out of it. But anyway, how about cats? I haven't had any in years though. My son's wife and granddaughter supposedly allergic, so I can't have cats no more.
We had cats in years. We used to have cats and dogs and chickens and
I love dogs.
Everything. I like them both. Right now I'd rather have a cat because it's just a maintenance thing. Dogs are high maintenance, and I just don't have. I have my mother for high maintenance.
Well, if you get a small dog, it'll clean up after the cat, so you will never have to clean the litter box again.
No.
I'm good at making people laugh.
It had to be
no, I don't like that. My best friend used to have a dog that would clean up after himself.
Yeah.
Well,
that's actually
that's disgusting.
That needs treatment. Actually, dogs will do that.
Yeah. It was an old dog, Tippy. His name was Tippy. I'll never forget that.
I see a lot of young dogs start out do that as well. If they make a mistake in the house, they try and hide it, and they do that.
No, he used to be like out in the woods.
You can train it out of them.
We were hiking out in the woods. Dog would take a crap, he'd turn around and eat it.
No, there's a treatment. there's actually
he would eat his own poop.
Yeah. Well, there's a way. There's a pill you can give the dog and what it does is it makes it so bad they won't go back to it.
Yeah, but you have to make poop taste bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, smell bad actually. Yeah.
Not only do you have to make poop taste bad, you have to make their own poop taste bad.
Yeah. But
There's
no,
there is something wrong with that dog when it's eating its own poop.
But yeah, as I said, there is a pill to stop it.
No, I know.
Yeah. But it's funny. Yeah.
You're underfeeding it, so it has to eat more.
No, that dog was not underfed.
No, it's not. It's not from food. It's not from lack of food. It's something else. I can't remember what it was, but there is it's a known condition with dogs. But some of them get it.
Yeah, he was a good dog though. I liked to be. He was a cool pup.
Did I miss anything? Let me see if I missed anything.
It was kind of funny because he'd sit there and not only would he eat his own poop, but his owner, my best friend, he used to live next door. We grew up together. He used to eat dog treats. He loved them, dog bones. He'd sit there, feed one to the dog, pick one up for himself, sit there and chew on them. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with them. They just don't taste good.
A buddy of mine used to do that. He's
like, oh, they're like cookies. I'm like, no, they're not.
There was a lady,
like nasty, bad cookies.
There was an older lady one time in Walmart in line checking out with a lot of cat food, and I almost asked her, "Do you have a cat?" I came so close.
No, that's when you go, do you have a cat or do you just add no? It's really not bad for you. Actually, cat and dog food is actually pretty good for you. It's like high in protein, high in, all kinds of...
Yeah, very high in protein. There's very little wheat, yeah. Yeah, there's very little wheat in animal food because too much wheat is actually bad for them.
Yeah.
Or too much corn is bad for them. So there's a lot of protein in there.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it other than it just tastes like
different.
Bad cookies. Really, really bad cookies.
No.
Flavored cookies.
So what are you up to anyway, Llama?
Not much. I rebuilt the Llama core today, and I haven't printed a damn thing on it since.
Llama, you wasn't responding to chat this morning. I don't know why. You were like zoned out. I kept typing things, and you were talking to your guest, and you weren't responding to chat.
Really? I was watching it. I'm not great at watching chat generally, if I'm doing something. But I didn't even see you in there, to be honest with you.
I didn't even see you go live this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, he always does bright and early. Usually earlier, but he's running later for some reason.
Well, I got issues. That's why I kind of stopped streaming every morning, is because reality is setting in. I have to deal with things. Mom.
Auto drop. Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, Auto drop.
Yeah, Auto drop's been in and out. But so I haven't been printing. I printed one thing. Did you ever see the adapter that you can put where you can put felt tip pens in there, permanent markers, and change the color of your filament?
I want to try that.
I printed it, so I haven't tried it yet, but I have done it.
You know what you don't want to do, and he actually did it. What's his name there from? Now I can't even think of the channel. I can see his face. Anyway, don't use Sharpie metallics.
Oh no! Of course not. Just use the ink.
Sharpie, just not the metallics.
What's up with the metallics?
Not these things. It actually is like an aluminum base or something that the metallic glitter is made out of.
Yeah.
And it'll work fine for a little while. And then it'll clog up your hot end and your nozzle to the point where you will never, ever get it cleaned.
Yeah, well,
right to the side of the nozzle.
Now, it will work with white, actually. It will work with white filament, and it works also with clear.
Yeah.
I only have one direct drive, so I'm going to use it on that, on my Soval. I do not... I'd have to take it and redesign the thing to put an adapter on it for a Bowden tube, which you could do. But I need to do that.
It wouldn't be that hard to do it.
Why do people want to take a direct drive and put a Bowden on it, tube on it?
No. Not take a direct drive. I mean, take the unit and put an adapter on it so you could use it on a board style printer rather than a direct drive. Because as it is, it will only work on a direct drive because it goes into the filament path before it goes into your extruder.
Well, then you could just put the pen thing before the extruder.
I wouldn't do that because now you're dragging ink through PTFE tubing, which will remove and decrease the slickness of the surface.
Yeah.
It works best with transparent. It would work good with transparent or whites.
Yeah, I would try it with the transparent because I used to do it on occasion. Because the other thing I used to do, people don't realize, you can take a permanent marker with PLA and PETG, and you can draw like a smiley face on your bed, and then print on it, and it'll stick to the print. It'll embed into the first layer.
Yes.
So you can like put a message on the bottom of a print or something. The only you got to remember is it's reverse, so you got to do it in reverse. But like if you put a smiley face, I used to print a few things for her. You know, I did like little cat vases, and she was big into cats and weird stuff. So I'd print her a cat, and I'd put a smiley face on the bottom. So she'd get it, and she'd, oh, the cat's cute. And then like a month later, she'd turn it over to clean it or whatever. And be like, she'd be calling me up, there's a smiley face on the bottom of my cat. Like, yeah, you haven't seen that? You've had this thing for like 2 months now.
I've got a CR10 Max here I'm going to be rebuilding. I want to put a direct drive on it, but I'm not sure what I should use for a direct drive. Probably a clone to save money, but I'm not really sure what I should.
Micro Swiss.
I mean, I'm going to say the Omni Drop because I love the Omni Drop. They're just ridiculously overpriced.
No, but the Micro Swiss direct drive is about $100.
Yeah, I'd wait because that BMG looks really sweet. And the other thing that's looking really sweet and light is the key here, is that stupid little one that Big Tree Tech came out with that's on their printer. That when they find that thing and get it out, that thing's pretty darn light. And it looks pretty good. I mean, it looks like a Humera that should have been, as far as I'm concerned.
Here's the...
Yeah, I want to print that thing. I just want like 2 or 3 colors because I got some clear filament I want to try.
This is for 6. But the problem with it is the entrance for the filament is only for, it was fit for a direct drive. Like this is set to sit on the mounting bracket for the direct drive on a Soval. But if you change this area here and actually put made it threaded, you could actually thread in the Bowden adapter in there and use it on any printer. Then after that, you could do it on any Bowden style printer.
I still think on the Bowden you could do it. Just do it after the extruder.
You can. You'd have to attach the end of the Bowden somewhere here.
Right. So you got the bottom.
That's what I mean. You get the end of the coupler at the end.
Top.
You put the coupler here.
Yeah. Out of the extruder, you come out of the Bowden extruder. So you normally go right into a PTFE tube. Make that hole whatever attachment you have for your extruder. I'm assuming you got a screw-in coupler. So you can literally make that a screw-in coupler.
That's what I mean. You have to put a coupler here.
Yeah.
Where the filament feeds in. That's not
side, so it actually goes out. Because then you're not carrying the weight of the pens around, too. You're not having them flinging around while your head's moving.
You'd have to.
Why?
Because the pen will have to sit on top of the print head.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to if it's on top of the extruder or underneath the extruder.
No, because you can't pull them. You can't put the permanent marker on filament and then drag it through the PTFE.
Why not?
On a Bowden, because it will leave residue behind in the PTFE, and the PTFE will no longer be slick anymore. Defeats the purpose of having this slick, high quality PTFE.
You replace the PTFE later. Just use cheapo crap.
Yeah, I don't. I use the Capricorn.
Yeah. You know, I got rid of the Capricorn.
I love it.
I liked it too at first. I was getting jams using cheaper filaments because they weren't high.
Oh, well, there's 2 types of Capricorn. You have a Capricorn and you have the XS.
Yeah,
the XS has a higher tolerance.
The both.
Yeah, I use the XS for good filament. So
I like that too from TH3 or Capricorn, the dark blue, not the light.
Yeah.
See,
Then
I
dark blue is
actually went
the
with light
excess.
blue first because the dark blue was jamming constantly. And if you can't use like wood fills, because that's actually I had the dark blue on this when I had the external extruder, the Bowden, and it would jam using wood filaments or like anything with a heavy texture, like Protopasta's glitter would jam in it because it was too tight a tolerance.
Well, actually, old curmudgeon, direct drives will not all use PTFE, not if it's an all metal hot end.
Right.
So they don't. Now, what some do on their even if they are an all metal,
Yeah,
and I
but-
know what Lulzbot do this on their extruder. What they this uses the extruder on the extruder on the top coming out of the extruder. They have a little tail of PTFE tubing, and what happens? The reason why they do that is as the filament is moving on, as your carriage moves on X. If you don't have the PTFE in there, it actually pulls up on the X-axis and causes it to rise on one side and put strain on it. So by putting the PTFE in there a small bit, as it moves, it kind of acts as a lever and actually forces the filament to feed out, stopping that pull.
Just like these things on plugs, it gives it a little flexibility too. So
Yeah.
if it's moving too fast, it won't snap your filament off.
Yeah.
You know, it won't end up going like direct and then trying to drop down into the extruder. It won't flex it as bad.
You are right.
I've never tried a micro Swiss hot end. I got quality stock, everything.
Yeah, I had the micro Swiss. I changed mine to the all metal hot ends, on my Ender 5 Plus, and then the CR10 or the CR10 Mini, and I love that because I wanted the accessibility. I wanted to try and get the PTFE out of the nozzle.
How often do you oil it?
I never oil.
You've never seasoned it?
Never, ever, ever.
I've never seasoned any of my all metals. I gotta say, I had problems with all metals till the Chimera and now the Omnia drop. Every all metal hot end, I had the Micro Swiss, I had the E3D V6, I had something else too. What the hell else? They all jammed with PLA. I went back to PTFE lined with PLA.
Yeah, I know. I've never had problems. I print PLA, PTG, and no problems.
It's so funny. People don't realize. Do you realize that all metal hot ends were like original? PTFE originally was an upgrade.
Well,
the PLA to not sticking to it in the ABS. Used to put it in there to get it smoother because the all metal back then was never polished to the point where we have it now. So it
I've
actually
only been in the hobby for about 4 years. That's before me.
yeah. The original ones were ceramic, which everything stuck to it, and
yeah,
all metal. I mean, they didn't even think about putting a PTFE in there until it started jamming. They're like, how do we get it to stop jamming? Well, put something in there that the plastic won't stick to.
Well, I need to take off, guys. I'm going to go eat dinner.
All right, Jerry. Well, we'll be winding up any minute anyway. So
take care, Lama, Shane, Liam, everybody watching. Have a good night.
Have a good evening. Thank you for joining.
What do you got there, Shane? Some kind of Delta E thing.
Yeah, it's an old, really, really old hot end. That's actually Peak.
Yep, that used to be the big thing.
So it wasn't even metal. The heat break wasn't even metal. It was a plastic.
Yeah, well, it wasn't even a heat. It was just a big long thing to try and keep the plastic from melting too soon.
Yeah. No, well, as I said, I use it. I have no problem with all metals. I never oil them. I never do anything like that.
Modern all metal, as long as it's properly polished, is fine. Especially most people aren't, that are using all metal aren't using PLA. PLA is the only real issue with all metal.
I use PLA and PTG with everything.
Polycarbonates, they won't stick to the metal. PLA will stick to hot metal.
Yeah, well, I use, as I said, I print them all, and I have no problems with them.
Yeah,
none.
I don't have any problems with either. The Chimera, I never had a problem with it sticking in the heat break or anything. The only time I had a problem with that was actually trying to remove it and change filament. If you weren't right there, the little hot thing would curl up around the gear as it was trying to push it out. If you don't pull it, remember that, Shane. When you go to do and change filament, You have to stand over that printer, and when it starts backing the filament out, you have to yank on that filament. Otherwise, it gets to the point where, the filament, that little like teardrop you always get that pulled out of the nozzle.
Yeah.
When it hits those gears, it just winds up around them. I don't know why, because it's really no different than the BMG or any of those, which I never had. I shouldn't say never had. The BMG, I had to do it a couple times. Nowhere near as much as that Hemera.
Yeah. I don't print a lot of PLA. I print some. I print mostly PETG. But I've never had problems with either PTFE or direct drives with either one. Oh, I just got confirmation. I will have Thursday night our time, Eastern, at 8 p.m. I will have someone from GTech.
Cool. You
see her on the streams all the time. Spring. You see her on the GTech streams.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's going to come on and chat.
Yeah, I had them proposition me to buy their filament and have them refund it recently. So,
well, they actually do refund you.
Yeah, like they're actually one of the better ones, but
yeah,
it's still it's annoying having people just add.
If they want you to buy it, just freaking send it to them.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. If they want you to test it, just send it to me.
Okay, it's going to be 8:30 Eastern that interview.
Okay,
on Thursday night our time.
Cool.
So yeah, I'm hoping I can get our tour to get moving, and then I can get them on next week.
And now they're actually halfway decent.
Who?
GTech. They used to be back in the day. They were worse than the ANET. At least the ANET worked.
GTech
now, they were decent.
But they're hard. The people are nice. The management are hard to deal with.
Yeah, it's true of any of them.
Well, no, I've dealt with other companies and they're easy to deal with. Like I've dealt with We Do. They're so nice to deal with. I've dealt with JG Maker. They're so nice to deal with. I've a couple of other brands that I've dealt with, and they're impossible to deal with. Creality used to be very easy to deal with, but that's changed. With the amount of staff that have grown so fast, so big, so fast, that's changed now with them.
Yeah, I'm with you, Curmudgeon, because Sunlu, I've never liked. They are the worst at that whole. They're the only ones that not only did they push me with the buy it and we'll reimburse you. When I said, look, I don't have enough money to even buy it. I'm not doing it. He said, well, okay, let's do this. He literally sent me a fake sales, made up a fake sale, put it in my name on Amazon, and said, write the review. Write us a positive review, no lie, and then we will send you the filament once we have that positive review. I'm like, I haven't even seen this stuff, and you want me to write a positive review? I've never looked at it. I've never seen it. And you want me to write you a review on it? Are you freaking kidding me, dude?
I had a printer company ask that, and I said no. I said if I haven't tested it, if it hasn't been on my hand, and I haven't put it through some tests of my own, I'm not putting my name to anything because people follow the channel.
Amazon, you know what Amazon said? Oh well. We don't care.
Well, actually, Amazon are stopping some of that now. They're actually catching on to it, and they won't allow you post a review if you've done reviews of the same product before. They're starting to do some of that. But I've had one who asked me to actually. I did a recording for them. I published it, and I sent it to them first so they could see it. And he asked me to take out some of the information. I says no. I said you asked me to do a review. And they said, no, I need you to take out this because this is not good. This is not good. I said, but it's honest. I'm not going to lie. And I said, no. I said, I'll tell you what. I won't publish the review at all. Do you want me to send the printer back to you? And they said, no, you can keep the printer. But I said, I'm not publishing. I'm either going to publish it as is, or I'm not going to publish it all. Your choice. And they said, okay, then don't bother publishing.
Like that's what I would have gone and published it anyways.
I haven't, but they're in Kickstarter for this device right now, right? And if they don't fix the stuff that I found, because I found issues, in the final release, if they don't fix it, then I'll publish it because they didn't take my feedback and fix it. At least if the good thing out of it is that they fixed the errors I found, that the resin vat melted with ABS resin. The actual vat itself melted.
Oh,
yeah. So if they don't fix it in the final release, then I'll publish it because they got feedback, they ignored it, they deserve whatever comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just, I don't know. We kind of need the cheap Chinese printers because otherwise half of us probably wouldn't be doing it.
No, I agree. It's great that we have so many of them out there, but they better be honest. They're not. Like, I'm not going to lie for somebody like that. Like, it's not only am I going to tell lies about their product, which would be wrong, but if I say this is it's a great product and it's not really that good, my credibility goes down the tank, right? So
I just don't.
And
I don't
like,
why
people
they
have channels maintained by credibility.
I mean, why would they even just if they know there's an issue? Why even continue?
They argued with me.
They get in trouble later. I don't get
they argued with me.
And avoid an issue.
They told me there was nothing wrong, and I said I showed them video of it, and they said, "Oh, it's the resin." I said, "No, it's not the resin." I said, "It's the vat melting." And I said. And I showed it to him after putting the resin in there and let it sit for a while. Then poured it out. I went over with a scraper and I could melt away the walls of it. I said, the vat is melting. I said, you need to change it with an aluminum vat. And they said, and there's one or two other small stuff, which is easy to fix. But that was a big issue. And they argued with me and eventually they just went quiet. I tried to get them to convince them, and
the other reason I don't think I'd ever do a Kickstarter review. It would have to be something. I don't know.
No, I don't mind doing the Kickstarter.
Like Angus said, he'd never do a Kickstarter review, and yet he did with the belt printer because it's a belt printer. It's a new thing. It's a new thing.
Others said that too, right? And like Joel always says, he'd never do Kickstarter. He only does production machines. But Creality came up with a CR6, and he did a review for them before at a pre-release, right? I don't mind doing Kickstarter reviews. My view is, as long as you take the feedback and work on it, and actually fix the issues found, all is good. I'm happy. I'll be fine with you. Like JG Maker got lots of reviews and got feedback. They fixed them all in the production machines.
Yep.
Which is good. Companies need to listen to the community because the community have been doing it for so long. We know what works and what doesn't.
I think those pre-release machines. Here's what I think a lot of things should be done with those pre-release machines. One, if they sent me one, like this is a pre-release machine, we're doing a Kickstarter. What do you think of it? For one, I wouldn't do the video right away. I'd be like, this is what's wrong with it. Are you going to fix it? If they say yes, send me those parts. I want to install them and review that. And there's a lot of people that say, no, that's not. It's a pre-release.
Yeah.
If it was I'm going out on Ender 3 today and I'm going to open it up, yeah, my review is going to be on the Ender 3 out of the box. But if it's a pre-release Kickstarter, I want all the new parts before
no, what you can do is, and what they did, what I've seen others do is, you tell the truth, you say there's a problem, you publish that video, let the people see it, and then say, and oh, by the way, whoever the manufacturers said they're going to actually correct this as part of the final product. So when the final product, watch for this, because if it doesn't have this, they didn't follow through on what they were going to do and correct it. And they've done that, and that's okay.
Here's the thing with a Kickstarter, they aren't going to know until it's too late.
Yeah.
But pre-order and prepay
they'll be held to it though. They can be held to it by the community.
Yeah, but it don't work. You're still buying a printer unseen, unsaid when you buy it on Kickstarter. I just don't. I don't know. That's how Creality doing Kickstarters. They do not need to do Kickstarters.
Yeah, the reason why they're doing that is companies. Kickstarter was originally for, and I have something to tell you about Creality, by the way. Kickstarter was initially set up for people to turn around and
me or you
money to start a business.
Yeah, me or you. I got an idea. I want
Yeah.
to start it. I don't have enough funds. Here's my idea world. Help me fund it.
Yeah. Now,
that's what it's for.
But Kickstarter has now expanded their terms of service to include companies use it to help market products.
Yeah.
But they pay through the nose to Kickstarter for this. They pay big money, but they do it. And that's what has been used for now. Now, speaking of Creality, what I heard was, the belt printer, the CR30, the print mill. I've heard, I haven't had a confirmation of this yet, but rumor has it that the CEO bought a boat out of the money they made from Kickstarter, from that CR30 Kickstarter.
I wouldn't doubt it. They did well, and they should. That was the first. For one, they had Carl behind it, and Carl made the belt printer what it is today. I mean, he's the one that made it like famous. Everybody knew about the belt printer. You know, when he brought that thing to Murph and Earth, it just made the belt printer. Creality had him behind it. They had the dingbat behind it.
Yeah.
You know, he did all the trials and tribulations for them on it. So the minute you add Carl's name to the unit, there's a lot of people that are going to say this thing's going to be good because Carl's back. You know, Carl's got his name on it, even though it's not in big letters with his picture on it, which, and if anything, it should be. But that's that's a big bonus right there.
Mm-hmm.
And they kickstarted it, and in all reality, for a belt printer, it looks pretty solidly built. You know, it uses standard Creality parts, which is, lowers the price considerably. It's considerably cheaper. I mean, they're selling them for what, $600-700? Granted, they're going to be $1,000, but they kickstarted $600-700.
They started off at $600, but they're going up now. I think.
Yeah, it'll be a great
deal at about just under $1,000.
Yeah, and you'll find them. I bet you'll find them just like anything. It'll be priced at $1,000. You'll find them $700-800 on AliExpress and all that crap.
Give it 12 months, and they'll be worth about $600. And a lot of people who will buy them will figure out that they don't have a big use for them in some cases, and then you'll find them you'll find them on sale secondhand really cheap.
Yeah, you're gonna 6 months to a year, you're gonna see a buttload of them on Facebook Marketplace and everywhere because it's definitely, there's two uses for it: printing really long swords, which there's a big community that can use those. The whole. Dress me up. What do you call it? Cosplay community.
Yeah, cosplay.
I can see them using it. That's an actual use case for it.
Yeah.
And those that want to mass produce an item and just have it spit out. Now, here's the catch. That thing still ain't printing anywhere near the quality of these things. It's just not.
Well,
it can, and it may eventually, but it's not yet.
Yeah, there needs to be a lot.
Producing something is either putting out cheap crap, which is fine. I mean, if you want to spit out, 100 or 1,000 maker coins, great, good for you. Have a ball. It's the perfect tool for it. But, if you want to spit out 100, whatever's for your printer, it's not good enough. I would not put like my belt holders. I would not put these printed on that thing on there. I know they won't hold. You're not getting the proper layer adhesion with that thing and the structure, and it's just not accurate enough.
And you're limited on the materials you can actually use on it as well to some extent, because the bed is not enclosed. The bed can. I question how certain materials that really have a lot of bed adhesion will really do well. But some people will argue with me, and that's fine. I don't have one. I can't test it.
Right.
But
I just don't. I mean, they're cool. Don't get me wrong.
I like the idea,
but I just have no. I keep going. Like when Carl was building it, I was like, "That is so very freaking cool." I don't want one. I mean, I do, but I don't want one.
Well, for the cool factor, you want one for the cool factor.
and it'll sit over in that closet and collect dust after a month because I'll never use it.
Which I think will happen with a lot of people anyway.
Yeah, well, that's my point. Is a lot of people buying it because it's cool. It's very cool, and they'll play with it, and then it'll sit in the corner, and eventually a year later they'll be like, "That thing's just collecting dust. I need to get it out of here."
If it was me, I'd replace the belt with a thin metal loop, a metal belt, and that way, and that's what I would do. Then you could print whatever you want on it because the metal can transfer heat easily, and as a metal belt loop, as a full metal belt, you can use whatever adhesive material you want on it, and it's easy to clean off.
This is basically what Carl did. He put build tack on it, but his was a stainless steel belt.
That's what I would do.
But that's the big chunk of change right there. His belt was like a third of the freaking cost of that whole printer.
Yeah, I know.
They're just a piece of freaking fabric with some crap sprayed on it to make it hold the print.
Yeah. Right, guys. It's 10:20 here, so I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks for hanging out, guys. It's fun. And everyone who came into the chat and came into it's been really good. I'll be on again Wednesday night. I'm going to do another hangout Wednesday night at about 7 p.m. I'm guessing, but I'll publish it. And on Thursday night we have Spring from GTech at 8:30 in the evening Eastern time. So please tune in for that one. That'll be a chat to talk about what's happening with the company, what's going on. I don't know how much information we get because GTech kind of run in a very closed shop, but we'll have a conversation with her anyway. And if you have questions, please post them. I believe GTech's going to have some filament to give away. So please, if you want to join and win some spools of filament, might as well. We all use it.
Free filament is free filament.
Yeah. This means you can print more, right?
That's the stuff I use to print what I not care about.
Yeah, Dan was here. He was lurking in the background, being nice and quiet.
There was one thing that old curmudgeon said. I didn't see it pop up here, but about the Creality version of the printer, them holding the open source ransom with the Kickstarter stuff like that. Yeah. I wasn't too happy with that. Like that was one of those things that kind of burned me a little bit.
It's just, and that wasn't even Creality. That was her.
Yeah,
that was her thing.
Well, Creality is not really known to release that information when they're supposed to. So it's one of those things where she could probably take the blame, but I think it's more of a company type of thing.
I do too, and
Matt, you joined late. We're about to wrap up. Hi, Matt. Bye, Matt.
Bye, Matt.
All right, guys. Thank you. I'll see you again Wednesday night for my hangout, and Thursday night we will have our conversation with GTech. Take care, guys. Thumbs up, everybody. Come on, thumbs up. All right, better. Take care, guys. Don't forget, like and subscribe. All right. Have a good night.
Bye. Bye.
Later.